We are in a hard world of professional elite sport.
And a warm welcome from Emirates Old Trafford. We are back again.
It isn't a nice Sunday school tea party. There are no hiding places.
It's another monster hit for 6.
I know we are good enough, but we're just not showing it on the pitch.
You put that support in, you put that investment in, right, start winning games. Doesn't work like that, does it?
It means so much. It means so much to me, the staff and everyone in it.
A few wins put together, maybe they could actually reach finals day.
Well, that's a ferocious looking shot.
We don't want equal pay, we want equal opportunity.
They're going to try and show a little bit of something for the investment that's been put in.
The reality dawns, that is what professional sport is.
Very good afternoon and a warm welcome from Emirates Old Trafford. It is an absolutely beautiful day here. We're looking forward to a summer of T20 action, and it all starts here this afternoon with the Charlotte Edwards Cup. We've got the Thunder up against the Northern Diamonds. It's just about time now. If you just move over and have a look, you'll be able to see the two captains are here, Ellie Threlkeld and Holly Armitage, who are just about to get things rolling as far as the toss is concerned. So we'll find out who bats and who bowls in just a second or two. Absolutely gorgeous day here at Emirates Old Trafford, and we're expecting the best part of 1,000 people to be coming in as well, so it'll be a huge crowd as well. Just final words going on from the umpires before we find out exactly who does what. Team sheets just being handed over by the two captains. And we'll get the toss underway very shortly. It's a lovely dry strip away to my right-hand side. Just a few final instructions from the umpires before we get going. Thunder, of course, keen to build on last season's successes, having got into finals day last year. Here we go. And the toss is thrown. So let's hopefully get Ellie over to have a quick word with us. Ellie, we'll just bring you over to have a quick chat with us. Hand you a microphone there. Good to see you again. A new season just about to start, and great to see you again. What's the verdict on the toss?
Lost the toss and we're going to have a bowl.
How much are you looking forward to this new season now?
Yeah, really excited. I think played some 50 over cricket already, and yeah, going into our T20 comp here, and it's a lovely day for it, isn't it? So yeah, starting against the Yorkies as well, which is always a big rivalry. So really looking forward to today.
Terrific experience from last year, of course, getting through to finals day. Unfortunately, didn't quite make it all the way. But how keen is everybody to build on that this year?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think we created quite a lot of momentum last year, and I think that'll be key for us again this year. So hopefully we're looking to start off a little bit better and create that a bit earlier. And yeah, like we said, try and get to our finals day and go one further. Some of the younger players will have picked up some great experience from last year, but you've made a few additions to the squad as well. How is the squad looking as far as the strength is concerned, do you think, this year? Yeah, the squad's looking brilliant. I think we've got some of our England girls back today as well. So we've got Kate Cross, Mahika Gore and Emma Lamb back today, which is brilliant. And we've also got Ailsa Lister making her debut, and Georgia Vol, overseas Australian, making her debut as well. So yeah, a few little changes, and yeah, I'm really happy with how we're shaping up. Had some good prep as well, so looking forward to getting going. We wish you the very best of luck. Thanks very much. Cheers, and well, thanks. Indeed, Ellie, I'll take that off you. No, thanks very much indeed for joining us. Ellie Threlkeld there, and so there we go. We're about ready. T20 action is about to start. The Charlotte Edwards Cup. Thunder versus the Diamonds very, very shortly.
Welcome to Conrad Dubai. Here's your key.
Thank you.
Let me help you with the bags.
Nice room.
How's that? How's that?
I wanna fly better. Take me where the weather's good.
Welcome back. As you heard, the Diamonds have won the toss and they have decided to bat. It is an absolutely stunningly gorgeous, beautiful day here at Emirates Old Trafford. The sun shining very much on the righteous, I would say. Speaking of which, I've got Paul Shaw's here with me, former Lancashire Thunder head coach. Great to see you here this afternoon. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you, Fraser. What a beautiful place to be. Fantastic stadium now, Emirates Old Trafford, and when the sun is shining as it is, then as you say, it's shining the righteous. Wonderful to be here.
Great to look forward to a fantastic season, we hope, of T20 cricket. Charlotte Edwards Cup. Lancashire did so well in this competition last year after a bit of a shaky start, but how keen will everybody here be to try and build on the success of last year, do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I think they'll be really keen to build on that and take it one step further. Of course, I think it's the top 4 that get through now to the finals day. So with that in mind, they'll be wanting to finish really high in that table and give themselves the best chance of winning some silverware this year. But, you know, it starts here, doesn't it, against a bit of a clash with the White Rose and the Red Rose again, which always adds a little bit of spice. But they'll be wanting to play some really good cricket today.
Derby matches are always a little bit special, aren't they, against the White Rose County, if you like. But that, as you say, adds a little bit of something extra to this game, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Whenever there's a Red Rose and the White Rose and they're competing really strongly, then the spice, as we've mentioned. But also, you know, it's really important that they put a good performance in here, and both teams will be wanting to start this competition really, really positively.
As far as the squad's concerned, hugely experienced in many respects. You should look at some of the England stars that Lancashire have got in the side. And from last year, a lot of the youngsters will have picked up a lot of valuable experience as well, won't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I think they've had a really good winter, worked really hard on the skills and have progressed a lot. They've been in India, they've been in Dubai, and there's also been 6 games, if you like, in the 50-over competition. So those youngsters will have developed, and hopefully they'll go really well as well.
Well, the first ball rapidly approaching. We'll keep you up to date with the teams very, very shortly. Join us for that soon. And so here we go. This is the team, first of all, for our visitors, the Northern Diamonds this afternoon. Number 58, Lauren Winfield Hill. Number 57, Holly Armitage. Number 7, Emma Marlowe. Number 70, Catherine Fraser. Number 22, Sarah Carlis. Number 10, Leah Dobson. Number 17, Phoebe Turner. Number 47, Sophia Turner. Number 23, Katie Levick. Number 72, Rachel Slater. And number 12, Grace Hall. And your Lancashire Thunder team this afternoon is as follows. Number 6, Emma Lamb. Number 47, Seren Smale. Number 13, a debut for Georgia Voll. Number 31, Fee Morris. Number 21, Captain Ellie Threlkeld. Number 32, also a debut for Ailsa Lister. Number 16, Kate Cross. Number 18, Mahika Gore. Number 17, Phoebe Graham. Number 7, Hannah Jones. And number 30, Danny Collins. So, as you see, a very exciting, very experienced team. What do you make of what you've got there, Paul?
Yeah, I think the Thunder squad and the Thunder team that we've just gone through now, I think, is a really, really good team. You've got Smale, you've got Lamb from a batting perspective, Morris, also Lister making a debut, which I think is fantastic. And there's a lovely blend with an experience of Cross. Gore, still a young player, but played a lot of cricket recently. And then Hannah Jones, who, you know, is dead-eye Hannah Jones, balls wicket to wicket, really, really consistent. So from that perspective, I think there's really good balance within that team. Some
really interesting new signings coming in this season as well. We've got the 2 Scottish internationals, and we've got 2 from down under as well, both at polar opposites in terms of experience scale. But Georgia Voll making an appearance today, a rising star of Australian cricket. She's already made 100 senior appearances in T20 and 50-over games since debuting for Queensland in 2020, aged just 16. That's incredible, isn't it? So she's coming here, 4 years of cricket experience behind her at a high level. I think this is the first time she's been out of the country, though.
Yeah, I think it is. And actually, she is young, but the cricket maturity that she must have. And I've heard she's a really good individual, really good character, plays the game really positively, so I'm expecting some really good things from her today.
Great to have some of the England internationals coming in, being released for this game as well. The likes of Kate Cross, Mahika Gore, those 2 have blossomed so well in the last few years, haven't they?
Absolutely, and they bring that little bit of wealth of experience, and cross balls wicket to wicket, just nibbles it about a little bit, so builds pressure. And then you've got Gore, the tall left arm swing bowler that bowls at good pace and causes the right-handers some real challenges at the top of the order.
As for the Diamonds, also a top quality side with great players all the way through. I mean, Lauren Winfield-Hill and Holly Armitage in particular, two at the top of the order that you would expect to cause problems.
Yeah, for sure, and Thunder will have real clear plans to dismiss them as early as possible. I have no doubt about them, but both experienced players, Winfield-Hill with all the England experience, what a player, ball striker, and also Armitage, really good, nice stroke player. So I think they're going to have to play well, Thunder, today, but they've got a good team out.
Obviously, things haven't gone quite as well as the team would have liked as far as the 50-over competitions is concerned so far. But we saw last season, didn't we, after a bit of a slow start, they'd really got their teeth into this 20-over competition. So the experience of having had that, how much is that going to count now, do you think, for a game like this?
I think the experience is so important because it gives them the opportunity now to put that experience into play, try and start well today, gain a little bit of momentum and get towards that finals day later on in the season.
And to be playing here at Old Trafford as well, in front of what is going to be a really big crowd here. We're expecting about 1,000 people in. That's going to be huge for the game, isn't it?
Absolutely, and you know, this is one of the best stadiums in the country, and you know, the investment that Lancashire put into the Thunder team is fantastic. So to be here, pitching their wits against the White Rose County, I think is absolutely fantastic. And to see one or two in here today, young girls, inspiring the next generation, I would call that, I think it's fantastic for the future.
Shorzy, thanks very much indeed for joining us for the moment. We're all set, we're all ready to go. The umpires are on their way in just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the pitch your umpires for this afternoon, PR Pollard and A.E. Clark. Ladies and gents, please welcome to the pitch this afternoon's visitors, the Northern Diamonds. And ladies and gentlemen, please give a big warm welcome to the pitch for the Lancashire Thunder. All good.
Happy?
Paul will be with us during the course of this Northern Diamonds innings. They've won the toss, as you were hearing there, and they have elected to bat here against Lancashire Thunder. First game of the Charlotte Edwards Cup. Ali, I don't know about you, but I'm very excited about this competition. We're switching into T20 mode, the sun shines out, and we're all set for a really good contest.
Yeah, it's always exciting coming to Emirates Old Trafford on a day like today. It's perfect conditions for both teams to play in. Pitch is looking spectacular. There's going to be a bit of bounce in it. It's going to be a nice batting track with a bit of seam off it, we reckon. And, you know, both teams have done well in this competition previously. Lancashire Thunder were, as you know, playoff day last year. Diamonds are doing well in the Rachel Hayhoe Flint at the moment, so it's all to play for.
It is indeed. Of course, it was the Northern Diamonds that Lancashire Thunder beat last year at Blackpool to qualify for finals day, so there's a little bit riding on this. There always is. It's a local rivalry, and it's going to be England's Kate Cross to take the new ball in this game. And we see Winfield-Hill and Leah Dobson opening the batting here for the Northern Diamonds. Cross into Winfield-Hill. They'll have bowled at each other a few times in nets, but this matters just that little bit more as it's pushed out into the offside. Lister, one of the three changes to the Thunder lineup there with the fielding. There's no run from the first ball of the game. A reminder of those changes. Georgia Vol coming in for Katie Mack. We were expecting that, a switch of the overseas players. We also have Ailsa Lister replacing Naomi Ditani, and Phoebe Graham coming in for Tara Norris, as Cross is on her way once again. Right arm over the wicket from the Brian Statham end. It's clipped into the leg side. There's a sweeper out on that boundary and comes in. It's Danny Collins to prevent more than that single being taken. One without loss. The Northern Diamonds score. They're underway. And they've been finalists in this competition themselves, the Northern Diamonds, in the first season. I guess having missed out last year because of Lancashire Thunder's excellent performance at Blackpool, there'll be a little bit of sort of a feeling of wanting to get revenge here, Ali Byrne.
Oh, definitely. Nobody likes to miss out on finals day, especially to the arch enemy, so to speak.
South East Stars winning the first competition. Southern Vipers the next two after that, as Lancashire Thunder's Kate Cross bowls right on a length. It's pushed into the offside. There's no run, and Lancashire Thunder looking for their first victory in this competition. And a lot of people actually think the team in all red have a good chance this season, Ali. Is that how you read it?
I think they've made some really good additions to their squad this year, and they've got existing players who are performing really well as well, so a good combination.
Graham and Vol make their way in from mid-off and mid-on respectively, as that's up and over the top from a misplaced drive. Dobson's going to try and get back for two, and does get back for two, and that already shows you we are in 2020 mode, because the double, or the single, turned into a double there. 3 without loss.
Don't think Cross, I should say, will be too disheartened by that. It was aerial. It was a forced shot. I don't think it's gone where she meant it to go, so despite the 2 runs given away, I think Cross will be encouraged. And
we'll be welcoming viewers shortly from our other YouTube stream today, as that one goes high in the air and into the outfield. There will be at least one. They're going to come back for 2 again. Vol's first action. The Australian going back to pick that one up and return it on the bounce. 5 without loss. The score moves to here at Emirates Old Trafford in the sunshine in Manchester. Sunshine in Blackpool too, where Keaton Jennings has gone to a century for the second time in that county championship match against Durham. Lancashire leading at lunch by 327. So all eyes here then as Kate Cross bowls a ball that is flicked away into the leg side. A welcome to our viewers who've been watching the county championship game between Lancashire and Durham at Blackpool here at Emirates Old Trafford. It's the end of the first over. 6 without loss. You're with Mike Perkins and Ali Byrne. Paul Shaw also part of our commentary team. He will be joining us around the 5 over mark. But brilliant blue skies here. The heat's just beginning to rise in the afternoon, and we're underway in the Charlotte Edwards Cup. Yesterday, of course, the Blaze, they were
yeah, a bit of a surprise there,
winners.
wasn't it? Well, you know, you say that, but as we were talking earlier before the game, that Vipers have a habit of doing this, don't they? Of losing perhaps 1 or 2 early games and then ploughing forward to victory.
They certainly have a habit of winning in the later stages of the competition, winning when it matters most. So we will see if they're able to do that again. 7 games in this competition for teams. They play everyone else in the group. The top 3 going through to finals day is Dobson with the bat on her shoulder, assesses the field because she's got Mahika Gore on her way, running in from the James Anderson end to deliver this one onto the stumps and played away up the offside to mid-off, and it remains 6 without loss.
On the money straight away, Gore. I think this will be a challenge for the batters. Tall bowler, potentially a little bit of bounce in that track. Of course, different angle. And straight away on the nose, on the button, which is what you want from your opening bowlers. You don't want to be giving easy runs away with a loose ball early doors.
We saw a breakthrough really came in this competition, didn't it, Mahika Gore, as she's on her way again, and this one's launched really straight down the ground and away to the boundary up at the James Anderson end. It sort of plugged slightly in the end, which allowed Lancashire to get back and do the fielding, but over the top from Dobson. She's clearly not afraid to take that route. 8 without loss.
That's a lovely looking shot. She really, you know, committed to it. Went lovely straight back through the gap between mid-off and mid-on. Yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting combat between these two.
5 wickets last season in this competition for Mahika Gore. Best of 2 wickets for 27 runs, as that one is inside edged on the floor through to Threlkeld. Did well to stop it and keep the score at 8 without loss and keep that to a dot ball.
I thought that kept a little bit low, to be honest, Mike. How did you see that? I'm surprised.
Yeah, I mean it was full, wasn't it? So she was driving, but yeah, it was a big inside edge in the end. Here's Gore again, turning at the back of her mark, places 2 fingers behind the seam of the ball, and she's going to deliver it now to Dobson, inside edge, fielded at mid-wicket, again a dot ball.
I think Gore got a little movement off the seam there, caught the batter off guard slightly.
The busy Fee Morris there at mid-wicket with the fielding, just examines the fingers once or twice as the ball's returned to Gore. 3 cranes away to our right-hand side behind the hotel. And here comes Gore to deliver as this one is hit high in the air. Now this should be a chance for a catch for Fee Morris. It's a real steepler, and she judges it
well done.
Superbly.
Well
Fee Morris
done.
with the first wicket of the game. It's Dobson out for 7, and Fee Morris with the catch off the bowling of Mahika Gore. Ali Byrne.
Magnificent
that was
catch, wasn't it?
A real skyer.
Yeah, you could see that both of these bats were not frightened to take a chance or two, and I think they just chose the wrong ball to go at. Great start from Gore, and if you wanted one person in that team to be underneath that ball, it would have been Fee Morris.
She clutched
Although
it.
she's relieved at the end.
Clutched it to the body, I think in relief in the end that she managed to hold on to that. They're real difficult ones, aren't they? Particularly when you sort of have to change angle whilst underneath it, as Morris did there. The sun, of course, wouldn't be helping, but Dobson is out for 7. Caught Morris, bowled Gore, first wicket to fall. It's 8 for 1. If you just join us on Lancs TV, you're with Mike Perkins and Ali Byrne. After the sedate morning of the county championship, we've got a little bit of fun with the T20 in the Charlotte Edwards Cup.
Just a little bit of fun and games, yeah. It's hot enough already. I mean, as if it isn't hot enough already, the game's hotting up. But this is the beauty of T20. You know, the batters will take chances, they will, and so therefore the fielding team will have catches and run out opportunities.
Got plenty of fans beneath the hotel, away towards extra cover as Armitage, the Northern Diamonds captain, comes in for her first ball, pushes it into the offside, doesn't pick up a run on that occasion, but she will be happy to leave it at 8 for 1 at the end of the second over. So a first wicket for Thunder there, but I think we've seen a sign already from Dobson that this competition is going to keep evolving this year, and the attacking intent, as we see the spectators over on the far side in front of the hotel and in front of the James Anderson Pavilion enjoying the sunshine here. But I think we've seen a sign there that attacking intent is they're going to use these power plays to really try and get a good start and their way to a big score here, Ali Byrne.
Yeah, I think it's the way forward. It's the modern way of playing cricket, isn't it? In comes Cross.
She's going to bowl from the Brian Statham end and be driven straight back past her. She got a hand on it, which took the pace off it and allowed Graham to effect the stop on the back of the 25-metre fielding circle. 25 metres in women's cricket. You're allowed 2 outside it for these first 6 overs, and a single taken there. 9 for 1 brings Armitage on to strike. As I say, with myself, Mike Perkins, and with former Lancashire and Cheshire captain Alison Byrne.
Yeah, it's a good job she got a hand on that one. It was going, I think.
Yeah, certainly looking for the boundaries early on, but they haven't found them yet, have Northern Diamonds. Just pushed into the offside this time. The batters rotate places and add another single to the cause there. 10 for 1 for the Northern Diamonds here against Lancashire Thunder at a sunny Emirates Old Trafford. Plenty of people flowing in around the hotel and around the James Anderson Pavilion. Very, very good to see indeed.
This is good from Thunder, keeping it tight, making them try and look for these quick singles.
It's the lack of boundary that will concern the Northern Diamonds at the moment, as Slip is moved out to cover here. So there's a ring of 3 and 4 if you include Graham at mid-off on the offside. This one's driven down to mid-on, where Georgia Vol is across for the fielding. You were looking up earlier, weren't you, Ali? She was involved in the Women's Big Bash League final in 2023.
Heat.
Defeated, though, by Katie Mack's team, the Adelaide Strikers, in that final.
There are not too many bragging rights in the bar afterwards, because they both got out for 3 in that game.
Guess they might not have seen each other as they interchanged the overseas duties for Lancashire Thunder, as this one is in the air, and this should be caught, and it is caught at extra cover by Ailsa Lister. You'd expect her to have safe hands, the wicket-keeper just pedalling backwards.
What a
And
great piece of captaincy from Threlkeld. She took the slip out on extra field in that area literally 2 balls ago, didn't she?
quite right.
Yeah.
Winfield Hill out for 2. The score goes to 10 for 2. Winfield Hill caught there at extra cover by Ailsa Lister off the bowling of Kate Cross. Pretty decent start this one from Thunder. And the old Scott Reed stat is always, if you lose 3 wickets in the power play, you don't win the game. So Northern Diamonds have got a little bit of work to do all of a sudden to get through these 3 overs now. They've come out with attacking intent. The experience of Winfield Hill hasn't found the boundary, neither has Dobson, and they've kind of almost got to see through 3 overs now as Stair Callis comes to the wicket.
Yeah, this is going to be a good partnership from these 2 batters. Need to rock, steady the rocking boat, so to speak. Callis, experienced Dutch international. No stranger to a big game.
Just taking a guard at the moment as Cross looks on from the back of her run. She'll have enjoyed that. A wicket at Old Trafford, always precious. Lancashire Thunder in there all red, and it's Cross will be charging in for them now. Right arm over the wicket. Cuts in half Callis with the first ball. It was a good length and it just jagged away at the right time to beat the outside edge. Dot ball.
Imagine getting that for your first ball, Mike. Dear me. Your heart will be pumping now, all right?
Yeah, it's one of those you'd almost rather not imagine getting that for your first ball, because I think a lesser batter might have got a little touch on that throw, although it was almost one of those that was too good for anyone as Cross comes in again past the red stumps and delivers, and this one's driven into the offside, and there's a gap at extra cover now, and it goes away and through and out towards the boundary, and this will be the first 4 runs of the innings for the Northern Diamonds. They move on to 14 for 2. 2 batters have tried and failed and been dismissed. Looking for those boundaries, Stair Callis with a nice classical cover drive picks up the first 4 of the innings, and gratefully received. It'll be 2 for the Northern Diamonds, who find themselves 14 for 2 at the end of the 3rd over.
Yeah, that was a really lovely shot though, considering the ball she'd had before. She had the confidence to take that stride, hit through the ball, through the gap. And it seems to slow down a little bit in that outfield. I wonder if it's got a bit of damp underneath still. There's a couple of balls we've seen plug perhaps in the outfield, so having to work hard for the boundaries at this stage.
Yeah, it's been a very wet start to the season, but a bright last few days and a bright Sunday here to enjoy as Mahika Gore bowls. And that one is chopped away down to 3rd. Phoebe Graham's there to pick up and return for the loss of only a single. 15 for 2 the score moves on to. It was a real low-scoring affair yesterday down at the bowl in Southampton. And it was the Blaze who came out on top.
Yeah, you'd expect a team of the quality of Blaze to score more than 96 in the first innings, but Vipers didn't half make hard work of it and couldn't do it in the end.
No, weren't able to get there. There's 2 more games in this competition that will be taking place today. There's also a women's international T20 match which is underway. England 25 without loss against Pakistan. Reminder, we're at lunch in the county championship games. The one you'll want to keep across as a Lancashire fan is that they have a lead of 327 against Durham. As that one's through outside the off stump from Gore into the gloves of Threlkeld, who's, despite the pace of Gore, come to stand up there, and a very good piece of wicket keeping.
You know, you can't underestimate how difficult a skill that is, standing up to a bowler of Gore's pace and bounce and taking a take like that.
So dot ball recorded as a result of that. What can Gore produce again here? On a way in, James Anderson delivers, and there's a swing of the bat by Callis. Doesn't get loads on it, but it trickles down to 3rd, and there'll be another
Pollard
single.
is given a bye.
And that does go against Ellie Threlkeld, so mustn't have quite got the bat on that one in the end. 16 for 2. The score moves on to, as I say, reminder the lead is 327 for Lancashire against Durham at Blackpool. Keaton Jennings with a century in both innings. As Gore on away again. It's Armitage, the captain, who waits for Northern Diamonds and pushes into the onside, out to mid-wicket. Collins comes in off the boundary, and it's another single to the total. 17 for 2 under blue skies here. There's almost a haze as you look into the distance towards the city of Manchester today because of the heat that is building up. A perfect day for cricket and a perfect day to watch cricket, and plenty of taking advantage of that opportunity. If you're on the picnic benches as well in front of the hotel, as in comes Mahika Gore. Callis waits and will push leg side, only finds Fee Morris, who took the catch for the first wicket to fall in this innings. The score remains 17 for 2. The batters out, if you just join us, are Dobson, caught by Morris off the bowling of Gore for 7 off 9 balls, and Lister, who was, or affected the catch off Lauren Winfield-Hill off the bowling of Kate Cross. She made just 2, did Lauren Winfield-Hill, who will be keeping wicket in this game. Gore again, delivers. There's a little flick into the leg side. It bounces once on its way to Danny Collins, who's a able and willing fielder as always. Returns the ball, end of the over. We've had 4 of them, and it is 18 for 2. What are you making of that, Ali Byrne?
It's still very interesting, isn't it? As I said earlier, I think this partnership is key. They've got to push on. They don't want to fall behind any run rates. They want to get ahead of the game, make a good total for the Lancashire Thunder to chase. But equally, the bowlers have been exceptional so far. They're not giving easy runs away, so it's all to play for. It's very tight. I'm loving it.
A wicket now, though, at the back of the power play would really swing this game in the favour of Lancashire Thunder.
Yeah, I think so. But, you know, Lancashire Thunder have had a couple of games recently where they've snatched defeat out of the jaws of victory. So I'm not counting any chickens yet, Mike.
It's going to be Phoebe Graham to come on and bowl from this Brian Statham end. They developed a real winning habit in this competition last year, the Charlotte Edwards Cup T20, as this one hits the body really of Callis, who after that lovely cover drive in the previous over starts in rather painful fashion there.
I think she got a little bit surprised by Phoebe's pace there. Played the shot a little bit late. I think Phoebe Graham's had a good season so far. I think she's been a consistent performer for Lancashire Thunder, and yeah, I know she's worked hard at a game. We spoke to her last season, didn't we, in comms, and she was keen to force her way back as a regular in this team.
She certainly was, and with the score 19 for 2 after that single, she's got a slip in place and is running in. But short of a length, there's an appeal, and it's out. And that is LBW, so that's the 3rd wicket for Lancashire Thunder in the power play. It comes in the 5th over. LBW, it was a swing and a miss from Armitage, the captain, who would have captained Phoebe Graham in her time with Northern Diamonds. Well, she's got the red of Lancashire Thunder on now, and she's amongst the wickets. 19 for 3, and the perfect start for Lancashire Thunder here.
I think Threlkart and her troops would have settled for this. I'm pleased for Phoebe Graham. As I say, she's a hard-working player.
Height might have been the only issue there, but it was very straight, that's for sure. But I think Armitage was perhaps questioning the height of that delivery as Marlowe makes her way out to the wicket.
Yeah, it seems to be coming off the wicket quite quickly there. Graham did surprise Callis with both those deliveries. Long
chat then between Callis and Marlowe. We'll be joined by Paul Shaw at the end of this over, the former Lancashire Thunder coach. He must be enjoying what he's seen so far. And we were saying it was a low-scoring game yesterday. I mean, you've had more of a look at the pitch than me, Alison Byrne, but I've almost got the feeling that we're going to have a low-scoring one here, the way this has started.
Well, the ground staff didn't seem to think that, and I'm sure Paul will be able to give you much more expert view on the pitch than myself, because I used to play on football pitches back in the day, never mind bowling greens such as this. But yeah, they both seem to think there'll be runs in this wicket.
Well, interesting. As I say, it's got to... Looks can be deceptive, can't they, on pitches? From up here, it looks as if it's one teams might struggle on, but Diamond's certainly struggling at the moment. But I think it's been the quality of the Lancashire Thunder bowling which has put them under pressure. Single squeezed into the leg side here to get Marlowe underway with her first run. Takes the score to 20 for 3. We're halfway through the 5th over. Real trouble for the visitors, Northern Diamonds. Applause there from Lister up at mid-off, and it's for Phoebe Graham, who's heading into bowl now with a slip in place, and that one's pushed into the offside. Backward point on hand.
That's a bit sloppy.
That will be an overthrow. Marlowe scampering through obligingly. The overthrow goes to Callis as it came off her bat.
Yeah, captain won't be happy with herself or her team for that. There's no need to lash it in like that. And Gore was a little bit slow on the old backing up there, so need to tighten those little details up, I feel.
Yeah, it was on the bootlaces of Threlkeld there and just couldn't pick up a fairly fierce return as that one's clipped into the leg side. There will be a single on offer, and 22 for 3 the total moving on to here. A very, very good start because of that wickets column for Lancashire Thunder. Lots of buzz in the field on this warm day. Graham just getting into her work, about to complete her first over with this delivery, which is right arm over the wicket from the Statham end. It's hit into the pitch.
Yeah.
Graham.
What an over from Phoebe Graham, to be
picks
fair.
it up, and she's got the third wicket to fall then. Holly Armitage out for 3. LBW to Graham. We will bring in Paul Short with a score at 22 for 3.
Getting a few high fives as she takes her place down on that boundary. Well deserved recognition from her teammates for Phoebe Graham's first over of this match. And two batsers meet in the middle, settle each other's nerves. And Mahika Gore's coming in again from the pavilion end. Beautiful day for cricket. Little tiny bit of breeze down in the middle there, but not much. And we are set for a fantastic game here. Gore's just getting ready as we welcome Paul Shaw. Hello, Paul. Nice to meet you again. In comes Gore. Again, it's straight, just outside the off stump, and Threlkeld with those super swift hands takes a nice clean take there. And the fielding team get the ball back to Gore as quickly as possible, as is every captain's wish. Hello, Paul.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you. All the better for seeing you and meeting you. It's been a delight so far. I like the jacket as well. I've been watching you in previous comms. It's another nice blue jacket there.
Thank you very much.
As Gore comes into her second ball of this over, again, it's on the money. It's straight. Fielders are straight in. Diamonds are having to work really hard for every run here, Paul, aren't they?
They certainly are. It's been a great start by the Thunder bowlers, with each of the bowlers actually picking up a wicket each. So Gore's got one, Cross has got one, and Graham's got one. And any bowler that knows, that's out there viewing this game and listening to this game, will know that it's really good to get into the game early, isn't it?
Absolutely. Gore's third ball of this over. Again, a little bit leggy, but Threlkeld wasn't going to let her sneak another single there. Determination from the skipper. Excellent. Yeah, I hadn't noticed that it had been 3 different bowlers. I mean, that's great as well, because if you've got one bowler performing well, fantastic. But if you've got all 3 of your opening strike bowlers performing well, you're on to a winner, Paul.
Yeah, it's superb, really. And each of them have bowled really tight areas, built a little bit of pressure, and got the 3 big guns, actually, of the Diamonds team.
Gore. Another dot ball into short mid-wicket. Nothing there. You can hear the Thunder, the Lancashire Thunder, as I should say now, are fully behind their bowling team.
It's also really pleasing to see a few in here today, isn't it? You know, we said probably at the start of the show that it's a wonderful opportunity to inspire the next generation of cricketers and young girls coming through. So wonderful to see those here today.
In comes Gore, another straight one, straight down the ground, bounce ball, and it's not going to go past Gore's head at 6'2", so we're safe there. They just got to remain patient though, the Diamonds. I know it's only 20 overs, but they're not, you know, they're only a quarter of a way through the game. There's 3 quarters left of their innings left. There's a lot of opportunities to score still ahead for them, Paul. But one over from young Gore, and she comes. Long strides. Again straight. Collects off her own bowling. What an over. Another maiden over there. And that's the end of the 6th over. Scores 22 for 3. What would you be saying to your troops if you were the Diamond skipper, Paul?
Well, I'd be saying similar to what you've said, Ali. Actually, there's a little bit more time in this game than we perhaps realise. So, you know, get yourselves in, build a partnership, see if you can build a reasonable foundation going into the last 5, having lost the 3 early wickets. And, you know, the 3 batters that have got out today are all big players, aren't they, for the Diamonds? So it's a bit of a rebuilding process. But if we look at it from Lancashire Thunder's perspective, 22 for 3 at the end of the power play. I mean, that's a fantastic power play, isn't it? And actually, all the bowlers have bowled really well, and obviously taken the catches as well. So, really positive start by Lancashire Thunder.
Certainly is. Interestingly, we've got Hannah Jones, left arm spin. Change of pace now. Fielders are a little bit more spread in the field, as you say, because the end of the power play. And interestingly, Paul, I always call Hannah Jones a silent assassin, and it's only recently that I read that you call her the quiet assassin. So great minds, hey?
Yeah, she certainly is that. She just gets on with the job, doesn't she?
Second ball from Jones, nice and straight. Little nick, or perhaps played off those leg pads there down to McGaw at short fine.
Yeah, what I like about Hannah Jones is that anything can be happening around her, but she just gets into the zone and she bowls wicket to wicket and brings in all dismissals into play.
Yeah. Attacking intent from the batters there. Oh, there's a mix-up. And she's sent back, rightly so, I feel, because that's a strong arm there. From, I'm going to have to check. Can't see my... Oh, it's Kate Cross, of course. How could I not recognise her? And the volume increases as the pressure increases on the Diamonds here. Jones again. Oh, bit of a full toss there. And I think it got what it deserved. It's been tonked down to the mid-on boundary there. No saving that. It's a shame from Jones.
Yeah, it is. It's a good shot though from Marlowe. She almost ran herself out the previous ball, but actually she's hit that ball, that full toss, really strongly through just wide of mid-on, and timed that ball really well, and a much needed 4 runs for the Diamonds.
Jones again. That's better. And there's no run from that. No really athletic Superman save from Thrall Kelt, saves an overthrow.
But the 2 fielders that we see there, the short extra cover and the short mid wicket are really important because they're just in the eye line of the batters.
Good spot, Paul. They're creeping in a little bit there, weren't they? That's the end of Jones's over. 27 for 3 at the end of the 7th over. Still a magnificent start from the Lancashire Thunder. I'd be interested to see what you think about spin on this wicket, Paul. We talked about seam and opening the innings with seam. Did you feel there was enough in there for the spinners?
Yeah, I think it might be slightly too pace. There's a little bit of grass on there, but there's patches where there's not grass, so the odd one might just skid through for Jones. But also the odd one might just grip and get the batters just playing across it. But I think all in all, I think it's a decent pitch. The grounds staff were saying it's the hardest pitch that they've had this year. It's the most firm pitch, so they would expect it to play reasonably well. And I just think Lancashire Thunder have bowled exceptionally well in the conditions, and Diamonds have not managed to get their big shots away.
And in comes Gore, keeping the seam at 1. Oh, and she's beaten the outside of the off stump there. Lots of oohs and ahs and hands on heads. That must have been a close one, Paul. That bowl, Gore.
Yes, that did look close, but that length's not quite there to pull, is it? It's more of just a back foot punch through and past extra cover and look for 2 or 4. And I think that's something that's really important, certainly at Old Trafford, is that you have to play as straight as you possibly can unless the ball is really short, in which then you can play square and wide, but actually play straight as long as you can.
That's a really good technical point. This time she's tried to drive it. I don't think it was there to be driven. It's a little bit close to the body for that expansive shot. I wonder if this player's... I can't see if this is 22. Let me have a look. Steer Callis. Yeah, I'm surprised. She's an experienced player, Paul, but it just shows you what pressure can do to any player.
Absolutely, it does. It just gets you ticking a little bit, doesn't it? And it builds, and then it questions your decision making and the odd rush of blood.
In comes Gore. A little bit leg side. That's a better shot from Callis. That's unlucky from the fielder. Yeah, good shot from the ball that she that was of the length you were referring to earlier. It was definitely a length for pulling, that one.
Absolutely, was slightly leg side. It was well short, wasn't it? So she was able to get into position earlier, get on top of the bounce, and pull it behind square for a really strong 4 runs. But I think it's important to wait for that ball. You can wait a little bit longer than perhaps they've been doing so far.
I would tend to agree with you there. And the score looks a little bit more respectable from a Diamonds point of view at 31 for 3 at this point, and halfway through the 8th over. Gore's coming in again, hoping to bowl a better length this time, which she does. Forces the player on the back foot. Defensive shot, intelligent bowling from Gore.
See, again, just looking at that short extra cover in the game again there. So the reason they're there is for the for the slightly mistimed drive, which goes in the air. So it's a potential catching opportunity, but just to be in the batter's eye line. So the batter just ends up then opening the face and going slightly higher risk.
Good insight, Paul. Nice cut, down to third. Won't reach the boundary though. It's relatively easy bit of fielding for Graham with a nice accurate throw into her keeper. Takes the score 32 for 3.
Thinking about it from Danny Hazel, the head coach of the Diamonds, that obviously this wouldn't be in the plan as such, would it? She would want certainly one of her top 3 to be still at the crease and building a good partnership with 5 overs left to really push the onslaught as such.
Gore to Callis, a little bit wider, and actually on this occasion umpire Pollard has indicated a wide. Obviously the umpires need to be stricter in 20 overs than perhaps the 50 overs, otherwise we'd all be bowling wides. Well, I did anyway, but anyway.
And it'd certainly make it a long day then, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it? A rare error from Gore in terms of line and length. And she comes again. And she's forced her onto that back foot again. No run. Again, despite the wide, fairly decent over from Gore. Score has moved on to 33 for 3. Gore's got impressive figures of 1 for 11 off her 4 overs to date. I think she would have settled for that before the game, Paul?
Yeah, absolutely. I think she's bowled really well again, hasn't she? 1 for 11 off her 4. So I'm sure she'll go out into the outfield now and enjoy, hopefully contributing still to the game. But that's certainly the job that she would have wanted to do. Bowl nice and straight with a little bit of swing and get anything off the pitch as possible, plus the wicket. So, yeah, as I said, really good start by Thunder, and I think both Gore and Cross have set the tone really well.
They certainly have. We've got a change of bowling. It's Georgia Vol, her first bowl in Lancashire Thunder colours, 20-year-old Australian import. Not a bad start, but they've managed to get it away, unless it's come off the pads. I think it might have got a little inside edge down to very fine leg. Looking forward to seeing this young lady in the red of Lancashire Thunder. She's a very promising young Australian. That's a lovely shot, though. As you say, she's waited for that, played a beautiful classic drive down the ground, splitting the field. You'd be proud of one of your players playing that shot, Paul, wouldn't you?
Absolutely, I would. I think that's a fine shot. The ball's just slightly over pitched here, isn't it? And just allows the batter just to wait and hit the ball right under her eyes with a full face down the ground. Yeah, that's a lovely shot by Marlowe.
That's a wide from Vol. Yeah, I always feel a bit gutted when a spinner bowls a wide. Don't know why. Why should we be more gutted because a spinner bowls a wide than a seam bowler? It's the same job, isn't it? But I do. Can't help myself. Maybe it's because I didn't bowl spin. Nice and straight again from Vol, but this is better from the Diamonds in terms of shot selection, less risk. Would have been easy for her to have gone for a big swipe there, but she didn't. She played it nice and straight for the single. Here comes Vol. She's got a line there, all right. No run there. That's I think it's Seren Smale sweeping in with the arm protectors there.
It is. She's like a gazelle. Is Seren Smale just from there? It's short mid-wicket, isn't she?
Oh, well bowled, Vol. Tempted her with a little bit more width. It's 40 for 3. And ball's settled, hopefully. I'm sure she would have been a bit nervous. As we said, doesn't matter how much cricket you've played, she's making her debut for the Lancashire Thunder here. There's perhaps a bit of tension in those shoulders. And that's the end of the over. It's a good one for Diamonds, 41 for 3, after 9 overs. Ball's successfully manoeuvred herself through her first bowl in Thunder colours. And as you can see, the crowd's starting to build up there. They're getting the factor 50 on. Hats on, factor 50 on, legs out. Don't forget the shoulders, madam. Back of the neck, I always used to get it. Back of the neck for me, Paul.
Back of the neck, and also on the ears. It's surprised the tops of the ears. Just if you've got no protection on your ears, as I haven't, then do put the factor 50 on.
So we've got a change of bowling at the pavilion end. It's Fee Morris coming in with her right arm off breaks. Oh, hello. False start. Get that run up sorted. Better. I always say, though, it's better to stop and start again than bowl a bad ball because you've not got your run up right. I think you'd say that as a coach, wouldn't you, Paul? Yeah?
Absolutely.
Good start. Nice shot, as Paul said. My ear roll. Nice little push down to mid-on. 1 run to the total. Takes it on to 42 for 3.
It's a good shot, that, isn't it, from Callis? Hit the ball hard down the ground, picked up one. And the key thing here is that they keep just picking up runs, and then pounce on the bad ball when that arrives.
Oh, seemed to put a bit of speed into that one. It's beating the outside edge again. Frelkelt takes another good snatch from behind the wickets. So, fielding wise, we've got a 3 on the leg side boundary. Everyone else in the square in the ring. And I take it back. There is actually a deep, it's a sort of covery, squarey position. Seren Smale over there with the arm protectors. Comes Morris again. Ooh, that looked like a half chance there. Morris athletically takes the ball on the dive.
I just get a sense that pressure's just beginning to build here on Marlowe. She's just wanting to hit the ball hard and try and get a couple away.
Let's see the replay. Was this a chance? Oh. Again, they've hit it down to that long on position down there for a single. Sensible play. Keep the scoreboard ticking over. And moving to 43 for 3. Couldn't tell whether it had moved or not then, Paul. Thank you for the nod. Morris. And she's tried to sweep, but it's been given wide. Again, spinners bowling wides. Coach, what are your thoughts? I just get a sense Morris is pushing it a little bit there. I don't know, it doesn't seem to be flowing. You know the player better than I do. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, she's just not quite complete in her action, getting up and over her front leg. But I think once she settles into a spell, I think she will perhaps do that. She's a confidence player. 44
for 3 at the end of the 10th over. Having said that, she only went for 3 off her first over. So despite her looking like she might not quite be in the flow, it was not an expensive over. Run rate, obviously, you can see there, 44 for 3, divided by 10, 4.4. There we go. So it's not a massive scoring rate for T20, especially on a pitch of this nature. So Thunder still, despite not having taken a wicket for a few overs, will be pleased with this. In comes Phoebe Gray, number 17 for the Lancashire Thunder, to come back again after a brief stint from Jones. Oh, you can hear the effort she's put in there. As a grunt as she releases the ball, she's really putting everything into this, is Graham.
Yeah, interesting phase of play, isn't it, here? Because obviously Thunder are on top and the Diamonds will be wanting to accelerate the strike rate as they build this partnership. But how they manage the risk, there's still time in this game, so being careful with the risk.
Oh, they've peeled for the stump in there. Again, a great take as she's blindsided there, and if it goes down the leg, she's literally got I don't know, a millisecond to react there before she takes the ball. Well played, Velkelt.
Yeah, she's certainly in fantastic form with the gloves. Is the skipper, Ellie Threlkeld's glove work
Look
is
at that! Look at that
exceptional
on
at
the
moment.
replay. Dear, wow. Graham again. Again, good line. That short mid-wicket's been brought into play again there. Paul, you alluded to earlier. She's very sharp in the field. Is that fielder whose number is not showing at the moment? Do you recognise her for me, Paul? No, can't see the number.
Fee Morris.
Fee Morris, 31, with a little wiggle, as if she knew the camera was on her. Here comes Graham. Again, it's straight. Fee Morris tries her best to intercept that one, but it's going to pierce both fielders, and it's another 4 for the Diamonds. Good shot, 49 for 3. Very excellent shot. She's really placed that beautifully.
Yeah, that's a fine shot. Again, she's hit the ball under her eyes and beat the mid-wicket that we've spoken about and beat mid-on. So it's a really well-timed and much-needed 4 runs for the Diamonds here. Marlowe's really beginning to look a little calmer at this point. She's got 16 off 23. She just needs to keep playing.
Graham continues. Again, straight off the back foot, and they've done that's a really good quick single there, which is exactly what they've got to do at this stage.
Absolutely, it's good cricket.
And that's the 50 up. What a lovely little shot to bring up the 50.
Yeah, that's good cricket. You'd be pleased that ball before was 4 runs, obviously, and then she's got the mind or enough conscious mind to actually just rock back on that and beat that short extra cover. 50 runs coming off 64 balls.
A little bit short, so she's gone for the pull. Didn't quite get hold of it. There is a fielder there who will intercept it before it reaches the deep square leg boundary. Beautiful throw in. Just the 1 run to come near the end of that over, I should say. 51 for 3.
Well fielded that by Donny Collins. She run round quite quickly, picked the ball up and threw it in over the stump. She is a good fielder out in the deep, very athletic and keen to get the ball into the keeper.
Last ball of the over. Fuller, driven into the ground, no run. So at the end of the 11th over here at Emirates Old Trafford, Northern Diamonds, Lancashire Thunder in the Charlotte Edwards Cup, the first one of the season for the Thunder. It's 51 for 3. And yeah, it's very well balanced still, I feel, because these two batters look set now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a little while since, I think it was the 5th over when the last wicket went down. So these two have built a little partnership, and it's important to continue that and look to see if they can get probably in the region of round about 130 at this stage, having lost those 3 early wickets.
In comes Morris, continue, and that's a glorious shot, but she's picked out the fielder at long on. Just as we said, we needed a wicket to make this match even spicier than it is already. Morris delivers. How about that?
Yeah, that's just the breakthrough that Thunder wanted.
Cross has taken a great catch down there. Well watched.
Just the breakthrough that Thunder wanted. They've brought the partnership, and that's a really good catch, comfortable catch in front of the old famous pavilion here at Emirates Old Trafford. 51 for 4.
And isn't she pleased on the replay there? Great celebration. Big smile bathes Fee Morris's face there. Who wouldn't be pleased with that? And the new back coming in. Can't see. She's got number 17.
Phoebe
Turner, yes, indeed. Phoebe Turner. Again, she's got to be patient here. It's still early days, relatively. A lot of cricket to be played, yes, in this innings. She's tried to flick it there, past a short mid-wicket. Not quite placed it wide enough of that fielder. Dot ball to start with. The field is similarly set as it was for the previous bat. 3-leg side, one on the deep point boundary, and it's gone out towards that fielder as we speak. Erin Smale races in, prevents it going for more than a single. Lovely arm in, one bounce into the keeper, as every coach would like. Paul's smiling to the side of me. In comes Morris for her third. Bit shorter, She's again played off the back foot into that short mid-wicket area for no run.
The thing is here, it's really important that they keep bowling wicket to wicket and building that pressure, not making it easy for the new batters coming in.
A little bit wider, tried to steer it into third. Swooped by the Lancashire Thunder. 52 for 4 now. One more ball left of this over. And I think we'll be joined by the lovely Mike Perkins, who's been on a little jaunt around Emirates Old Trafford, and 1 run out into the cover area. And at the end of the 12th over, the score is 53 for 4. And I will pass you over to Mike when he comes in.
Excellent, excellent. What a great start by Lancashire Thunder. The score's 53 for 4 off 12 overs, and Chris Reed and the coaching staff will be delighted with the power play that they had, taking 3 early wickets and then taking the 4th wicket now to dismiss. Callie says she was progressing nicely, so scores 53 for 4.
This is Hannah Jones, left arm around the wicket, hit down the ground, and there's going to be a single on offer up to Kate Cross, who took the catch in the previous over. 53 for 4 becomes 54 for 4 with the single. Mike Perkins and Paul Shaw with you here at Emirates Old Trafford in the sunshine. Ali Byrne, part of our commentary team as well. It's going fairly well for the Thunder this, you've got to say.
Yeah, absolutely. The coaching staff and the players sat on the bench will be delighted with the start that they made, but it's about finishing the job now as early as possible.
Here's Jones. Delivers and driven back to the bowler, and that's another dot ball, another precious dot ball.
Absolutely, and there's 2 young players at the crease now, so if we limit the bad balls we ball and just keep bowling wicket to wicket, wicket to wicket with the 2 spinners, building the pressure, I think that's the best way.
Jones again outside the off stump. That one worked down to short third. It's going to be a tight single, but a single that is much needed and taken successfully. 55 the total moves on to for the loss of 4 wickets here. Reminder, they're back on in the county championship as well. 213 for 4 the Lancashire score. They are leading by 334 in that one. So a choice of viewing on Lancs TV today as the Charlotte Edwards Cup gets underway, and that's a powerfully hit stroke into the offside, away to the extra cover boundary. 59 for 4 the total moves to.
That's an excellent shot by Marlowe for such a young player. She gets into the ball slightly wide on top of the bounce, hits that powerfully past extra cover for a beautifully timed 4 runs. What a shot that was. That's impressive, that, wasn't it, Mike?
If they're going to get a challenging total here, it feels as if it's almost hinging on Marlowe a little bit. Here comes Jones again, and she'll deliver and be pushed up the onside of the pitch for a single. Cross there with the fielding, 60 for 4.
Yeah, certainly with the the loss of the early wickets, the 3 early wickets, and if you like, they're more experienced players, and there's a lot of responsibility on Marlowe's shoulders, but at the moment she's doing pretty well.
Jones bowls, and this one is hit to mid-wicket, who'd almost come a yard or 2 straighter on that occasion, and was able to prevent the run. 64 at the end of the 13th.
Yeah, 13 overs gone, 7 remaining in this Diamonds innings here at Emirates Old Trafford. Just looking round the ground as we do, and I was saying earlier, it's wonderful to see a good sprinkling of people here. There's a number of people in the pavilion, a number of spectators, and lots of young girls here as well.
Yeah, and spectators enjoying the sunshine at Blackpool as well, where, as we say, the leaders amassed to 337 there, so it'll be a big chase for Durham against Lancashire in the final innings of that county championship match. Here in the Charlotte Edwards Cup, it's Fee Morris to continue her work and be driven down the onside of straight, so 61 for 4 the score moves on to.
And really good memories for me. It was the last year, around about this time of the year, when we played at Blackpool, and when we look at the screen, when we beat the Diamonds and took the bonus point to get through to the finals day.
And that bonus point actually made all the difference in the end, because both these sides won 4 games, lost 3 last season, as this one's driven into the offside, and there is a single on offer. That's taken the total on to 62 for 4. And you were saying to me, I think last time we spoke, that you almost use the Diamonds as a bit of a yardstick for where Lancashire Thunder find themselves.
Absolutely, and I think over the years you can see we've got much closer. Last year we beat them, I think, 2 or 3 times, so really moving forward.
Will be this game today and another one this season in the 50 over competition, as that's driven powerfully back to Fee Morris. She got a hand on the ball and I think almost thought she was going to get one of those run-outs at the non-striker's end for a moment there, but just deflected it too much up to mid-off. So it is just a dot recorded here. Gent in the distance strolls across the car park on his way to find a seat as Marlowe drives up the onside of straight. Another single on offer in the sunshine, 63 for 4, but it has only really been singles so far. Marlowe just with the 4 boundaries.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been hard work for the Diamonds players, but they've just got to keep believing and still knocking the ball around. And when the bad ball does arrive, be sure that they can put that bad ball away. But Marlowe's now got 26 of 34.
Got another couple of games in this competition, around about 40 minutes away from their start time, as a single is on offer to Turner here. Phoebe Turner, of course, Sophia Turner, former Thunder player, is in the Northern Diamonds team as well today. 64 for 4 the total moves on to. And it was a low-scoring affair in the first game of the competition yesterday in Southampton. The Blaze getting the better of the Vipers. The reverse of what happened in last year's final. As Marlowe waits, tapping her bat a couple of times. Fee Morris looking to get an important wicket, but strays down the leg side, so there'll be one more to the total, 65 for 4. Wind blowing from right to left as we look from the Statham end, so across Marlowe towards her left shoulder as she works that one in the direction the wind's blowing into the leg side. There'll be one on offer. Morris is there to do the fielding, or to take the return, 66 for 4.
Yeah, you make a good point, Mike, around using the Diamonds games as opportunities to really to assess how much the team's grown and develop. And I think we said last time we were on air that, you know, we were getting beat by Thunder were getting beat by Diamonds by around about 120, 130, 140 runs at the start, or being beat by 6 or 7 wickets. If you look at that over the last 2 years, that gap has got much, much closer, with us actually winning more games than they have. So from that perspective, and they've been really successful over a period of time now, I think that's a really good yardstick actually for the progress that the squad and the coaching staff are making.
And we were seeing there in the graphics mid-overs that the run rate struggling to get up above the 6 mark, the 1 a ball mark, as Cross comes in to bowl. And this one's flicked away into the leg side. 2 overs from Cross for 12 so far. She's also picked up a wicket, and she's going to get a run out here, a simple run out in the end. And that's a really disappointing way for the innings of Phoebe Turner to come to an end. Run out, trying to return to the non-striker's end. Single will be added to the score, but unfortunately for Diamonds, it's rather summed up their innings there. Never really 2 on here as Turner turned. Her partner was coming. She tried to get there, but a simple dismissal for Kate Cross.
Yeah, absolutely. As you say, there wasn't really 2 there at all, but their intention obviously is been put under pressure, hasn't it, by the way the Thunder have bowled and fielded. So they're trying to do the right things. It's just, you know, they've picked the wrong fielder at the wrong time to try and run 2. But that's the situation at the moment that Diamonds are in. They're 66 for 4, 14 gone, and they've been striving to try and get to 130, which is looking really, really difficult from this stage. So now 67 for 5 with that wicket. So, you know, it will feel like a little bit of a mountain that they're having to climb at the moment as a batting unit.
And I mean, 30 balls is a lot in T20 cricket to be making a sacrifice like that. It's Fraser who comes to the wicket here. She'll go to the non-striker's end, of course, because it was a run out. So this will allow Marlowe to face up. 27 to her name. It feels as if this innings is resting on her shoulders at the moment as Cross collects the ball off the bat there without a run being scored.
Yeah, Marlowe's played pretty well, and at this phase of the game she'll be obviously wanting to bat as long as she can, but also to increase the strike rate and try and get them a number of runs that are going to be competitive.
Can Diamonds get this above 1 a ball here? The ground staff certainly thought it'd be alright to bat on, but the Thunder performance is making it look anything but, as that single is added to the total, 68 for 5. It was squeezed out towards the leg side boundary from the pads. Cross contemplating a next move at the back of the run. The sky's blue and almost cloudless here in Manchester. As Kate Cross in the all-red of Lancashire Thunder runs in, delivers right arm over the wicket, and it's pushed up to mid-off, firmly enough, but without an addition to the total there by Fraser. Just waiting for a slight correction to your on-screen graphic. The scoreboard in the ground's updated to Fraser and Marlowe, but we'll just wait to get it back to where it should be, as it is now, as Cross comes in and delivers. That one's pushed into the onside this time, where the busy Fee Morris is waiting, who made an important 42 last season in that victory you were talking about, Paul Shaw. She had a good tournament overall, did Fee Morris, with 209 runs and a best of 44.
Absolutely, I think she really came of age in that T20 tournament last year, both with bat and ball. I think she's a real danger for any opposition.
Cross again, flicked into the leg side, down to long leg, so behind square. 68 for 5 the total moves on to, but it's just single after single at the moment. Ali Threlkeld's got her field set perfectly.
Absolutely, the field's pretty good. We've got an in-out field. We said before that short mid-wicket and short extra cover are really important positions, as they're in the eye line of both the batters. And when they get the ball past both those fielders, then the players and the fielders in the outfield are doing incredibly well to attack the ball and get the ball in as quick as they can to the Thunder skipper, Ali Threlkeld.
A couple more tosses of the ball in the air here as the latest over, the 16th, is about to begin with a push into the onside, and it's Morris who's doing the bowling on this occasion, so the fielding has to be done there at mid-wicket by Lister. As in comes Morris again, clapped in the air on the sweep. There'll be one bounce in the outfield and another single added on. 69 for 5. And again, just ticking along, but nothing more.
Yeah, they need just a couple of boundaries, don't they, to get them going a little more.
Here comes Morris again and finds another dot ball. Attempt at the cut, but Morris dug it into the pitch well. Lamb there with the fielding. She's another prolific scorer in this competition. 609 runs across the 3 editions so far. You can almost guarantee she's going to get you around about 200 in the 7 games we'll be playing, as there's a single on offer. And again, just pushes the score on, but with no great urgency. 70 for 5. Diamonds really struggling in this game. The rivals from across the Pennines, as this one's off the back foot, forced, leg side of straight. 71 for 5.
That's well played by Fraser, just to beat that short mid wicket there and at least pick up the other run, keeps the scoreboard ticking over. But I'm just wondering where they're going to get their boundaries from. I mean, Fee Morris is bowling well and coming to the end of her spell, and Cross at the other end, so it's going to be challenging.
The leg side well protected with fielders out. That's where the ball's hit by Marlowe, and therefore she'll only get 1. Again, another swift return back to the bowler, and the fans enjoying looking on here as Lancashire Thunder dominating this game at the moment. 72 for 5. You never quite know till you've seen both teams bat on it, but looking at that wagon wheel there, very few boundaries, very few blue lines there reaching the fence. We will be hearing more from Paul Shaw during the interview, so our thanks to him for his thoughts. We'll get Ali Byrne back in just a moment, the former Lancashire and Cheshire captain, but thanks to the former Lancashire Thunder coach there for his thoughts on this game. And as we've been saying, it's a game that Lancashire Thunder are in a great position and dominating, and Hannah Jones bowling at the back end is going to be hard to get away, but Northern Diamonds have managed it, hitting it for 4 runs down the ground. Phoebe Graham with the dive, but from her tall height she was just unable to get down there. Beautiful stroke from Marlowe. Full flow of the hands and real rotation of the shoulders there as that one was taken away down the ground. 76 for 5 then. Jones delivers, hit straight back at the bowler. Almost equally hard, but on this occasion the bowler was there to stop it. Didsbury cricketer Hannah Jones Thunder's across all competitions overall leading wicket taker now. This is in the air and it beats extra cover, and it's going to be a second boundary for the over. And we were talking about where those boundaries might come from. Well, the option over extra cover has been used here. 81 for 5 the total moves on to, and a very, very fine stroke indeed as Threlkel just adjusts her tactic by bringing in square leg on the far side. Alison Byrne, the former Lancashire and Cheshire combined counties captain, joins us again in the commentary box as Jones stops a ball that's driven powerfully back at her. And unusual to see the boundaries coming off Hannah Jones.
It is. But interestingly, I just had a little walk around the boundary actually while I had my little break, and it's getting quite breezy out there. And I wonder if that's going to affect things for the spinners in their favour actually, because if it slows the ball up in the air or generates a little bit of lateral movement, we'll see.
It's blowing across the pitch from right to left as you looked at that shot that was hit by Marlowe into the offside, cursing slightly that she didn't find the third boundary of the over, but we started the over looking at the wagon wheel and it wasn't looking particularly pretty from a blue line point of view.
No.
So they will be very happy to have found 2 boundaries in this over. Looking for a third is Fraser, and she gets nothing of it. It trickles down to short fine leg. 82 for 5. Thunder still in control despite the 2 boundaries.
Yeah. But what a great little knock from Marlowe, though. I mean, if you took her contribution out of this, it would be particularly frightening viewing.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, she's not got it up to 1 a ball yet, has she? 40
yet,
or 46.
It's getting there.
She is. The innings has rested on her shoulders.
And she's not far off on a ball. And we've seen already one game won by scoring more than 96 runs, which is less than, as you can see, my maths is difficult when I'm put under pressure, 5 and over. So everything to play for still here.
Yeah, it was 109 yesterday, the Vipers score, and the Blaze made 112 and Vipers got to 109 in the end. As that one's hit down the ground and Marlowe will pick up just the single.
Sure.
So 83 for 5 the total moves on to. So yeah, it does show that scores of less than 1 a ball in the opening game were enough, but it doesn't feel like it's going to be enough today.
No, and the beauty is that the Thunder can relax a little bit more in the field. They're not angst-ridden, they're fielding first, they're not looking at the scoreboard, wondering.
Graham hit down the ground and there will be a single on offer at least. They come back for 2 here, so good running from Fraser, moves on to 5.
And they have still got 5 wickets in hand, so for the last 2 or 3 overs they can still try and hit out at balls that perhaps they wouldn't have done so if there wasn't any wickets in hand. So there's still possibilities for some runs here for the Diamonds.
Yeah, when the run out came, it looked a little wasteful with the 14 over mark having only just been reached, but they've kept those wickets in hand well with this partnership as Fraser moves on to 6 with a clip off her toes out to straight mid-wicket for just the 1 run. As we say, a reminder of those other games happening in the competition today. We've got Central Sparks playing Sunrisers at Worcester and Western Storm taking on the South East Stars at Bristol. The South East Stars have won this competition in the past. Across the stumps goes Marlowe and she hits it over the tall. Mahika Gore at 45 on the back of the ring, and she runs all the way back.
What a piece of fielding from Gore.
And manages to just claw it in time. 88 for 5 the total moves on to, but Marlowe might have felt she was going to get 4 for that one.
It was a long way down for her to get that ball as well. Look at this.
Just flicking it back in the nick of time.
The athleticism of youth, Mike. You'd have got that back in your day, wouldn't you, mate?
Maybe not. I wouldn't have had quite as far to go down, I think, as Mahika Gore, which might have been useful. As in comes Graham. Fine leg's gone back, and Gore will come in from that position to pick up because it was almost played between the legs in the end there, down to that long leg position.
Getting back to the previous shot, what a clever little shot. She stepped right across her stumps and hooked it over her left shoulder there. It was a clever shot.
In the T20 international taking place between England and Pakistan, England 119 for 3 coming to the end of the 14th over in that game, so finding batting rather easier than the Diamonds have here at Emirates Old Trafford. There's a flash outside the off
Little
stump.
edge.
Now, was there a touch on this? There is no
It's been given us for 4, Mike.
bye signalled, so 4 more to the total. 93 for 5, and that's a frustrating one for Threlkeld, who was going for the line of the ball and saw it disappear through first slip. But you can't really set one for that, unfortunately.
No, I mean, it's going to happen in a T20, isn't it? You know, they're going to hit out, hit hard. Sometimes it comes off, sometimes you get an edge for 4 where you didn't perhaps deserve one, but it's the same for both teams. I'm sure in the Thunder innings we'll see 1 or 2 edges cream off the end of the bat for 4.
But even 20 runs from these final 2 overs will only take them to 113, so only 1 past that total that the Blaze made down at Southampton yesterday. It was enough for victory, but you feel one of the Thunder batters, be it a Lamb, be it a Morris, be it the new overseas Georgia Vol, will get stuck in here and make this a very small total indeed.
They'll need to do a good job as Cross comes in. Again, she's stepped out the way again.
Right across the stumps went Marlowe, didn't connect with the ball, so it will be a dot gathered by Ellie Threlkeld. We'll have Fraser Dainton and Paul Shaw giving their thoughts during the interval down at pitch side in the sunshine.
Yeah,
but 11 more balls remaining in this innings. Cross starting this latest over with a dot. Bowls now. Baseball style down the ground, but there is a fielder back. It's Seren Smale, who's been in great form with the bat herself and returns the ball for the loss of only 1. 94 for 5. Seren Smale's recent scores, 58, 67 and 99 in the last 3 innings.
She's been one of the major successes for me so far this season for the Lancashire Thunder. There were signs of it last season that she was coming through to fruition.
Here's Cross again, right arm over. Cut away and finds the gap between the 2 fielders, but will this one roll all the way to the boundary? That's been the problem today, and it just pulls up inside again. They're going to come back for 3 on this occasion. Good running from Fraser. Takes her score to above 1 a ball. 13 off 11 now for Fraser. Marlowe has 45 off 51. That will be the worry in the back of Thunder's mind, is shots like that were well placed between the fielders, haven't run away today.
No, they haven't, but there's certainly a 3 wouldn't come amiss either, would it really? Big
Cross
shots.
baseballed into the leg side by Marlowe, but again only finds a single back to Fee Morris. It's probably the right side to look to target there. It is a lot shorter on that leg side, but it's well protected with fielders at mid-wicket, backward square leg and long
Not
on.
really timing these pull shots, is she? And the earlier one didn't really sound right off the bat, the one that played down the ground.
Here comes Cross. Happy to ball with that short leg side boundary. A clubbing effort from Fraser. Doesn't bring a run. She hits it into a pad in the end.
Got a feel for the batter. You're facing one of the best bowlers in the world here, one of the most experienced bowlers in the world, and you're trying to hit a good ball for 4. It's a big ask.
It was an attempt to try and launch that one over long on from the sort of baseball position with the feet as Cross bowls again pulled
timed.
Into the leg side, and just the 1 on offer return to Threlkeld. That will take them to the brink of the 100, 99 for 5, so 6 balls remaining in this. You feel, again, if they get a 10 off this, they're only going to be 109. They didn't manage a 10 off that over there. It's a real struggle.
It is a struggle, isn't it? And as we see Phoebe Graham's changing ends.
Yep, she's going to bowl the last over of the innings from the James Anderson end. That's where the wind's starting to almost move around in the direction of that James Anderson end. It's sort of blowing towards it, but still mainly across the pitch. From
you can see those 3 flags ahead of us, Mike. They're blowing quite vigorously now, which will be a relief actually, because it's very warm out there still.
Those flags blow as Phoebe Graham on her way. Fraser faces up, lifts into the leg side.
Look for 2.
Caught up with her.
Oh, yes,
they've
no,
made
yes,
a hesitation.
no, yes, no.
The throw wasn't over the top of the stumps though, so that will be the single that brings up the 100, but nothing more than a single. 100 for 5 then. Diamonds do get to 3 figures, but it's mainly been built on Marlowe's innings, but equally it has been a 70-minute struggle that's taken 115 balls, which is too long in this format of the game, you feel. Marlowe waits. Graham on her way to bowl. Right arm over the wicket. Marlowe inside edges, past the stumps. There'll be one on offer. Gore is down at long leg after we saw the scoop shot from Marlowe in the previous over. 101 for 5. Marlowe has 47 from 53. She'd like to go past that half-century mark, but I think more than anything she'd like to find the boundary, ideally without a bounce.
It's not through lack of effort. She's swinging the mat, just not really timed it yet.
Here's Graham, elbows jutting out.
Oh, she's got it. She's got it.
No, it was an attempted stumping by Threlkeld as the ball pitched round about crease length on the off stump. It was a good Yorker by Graham, well gathered by Threlkeld, but the batter had remained in a crease.
Oh, sorry about that. I thought she'd clean bowled her for 1 second there. So it's such a full ball.
Wipes the hair behind the ear, Graham, as she approaches straight and fast, bowling into the toes of Fraser. Another good Yorker length delivery. An attempt to come back for 2.
Taking Gore's arm on.
They've got to come back for 2 in the final over, and it was a wise move in the end because the throw wasn't accurate, and that allows the score to move to 103 for 5. But even 2s at this stage, not enough for the Northern Diamonds. They need a boundary. They've needed a boundary pretty much all innings. It's been a recurring theme here as Graham again delivers. High in the air. Now, have they found the boundary this time? It's over the fielder who's a few yards in, bounces once, hits the rope on the second bounce, and Phoebe Morris is evaded, and it is away for 4 runs. 107 for 5. The music goes off. It's not often we've heard it in the innings, though.
Yeah, I think the fielder was running around that. I don't think she misjudged it a little bit. I think she took herself in a little bit, and then suddenly she finds it flying over her left shoulder. It's that wind, maybe. Just flowing that way, isn't it, from right to left as we look at it?
Yeah, just giving that ball an extra little bit of oomph. Every fielder on the leg side is back now. We've got 4 of them spread evenly across the rope, and they will do a job, and it will be Morris who's scampering in. And they come back for 2. Morris's throw is good, and it's bounced horribly for Threlkeld, and she can't gather it, but 2 more at the end of the innings. I think she would settle quite happily for 109 for 5. A very quick thought, Ali Byrne.
Yeah, I think if this is a football match, I think Thunder would be 1 up at this stage. In other words, a small lead, but nothing to gloat about. Still got a job to be done.
So 47 from Emma Marlowe, the mainstay of that innings. 109 for 5. Do rejoin us for the second innings of this game. We'll find out if Lancashire Thunder can chase down this total of 110 to win the first game of the Charlotte Edwards Cup.
Welcome to Conrad Dubai. Here's your key.
Thank you. Let me help you with the bags.
Nice room.
How's that?
Welcome along. If you're coming here to Emirates Old Trafford today, you've got a great opportunity to show your support for the Thunder team. It's Bat for Women's Cricket Day here at the ground, and as you can see, we've got a fantastic setup just here, because there's an opportunity, if you're here today, to come in, have a little go at cricket, and you could be in with the chance of winning some fantastic prizes, because there is a Lancashire Thunder shirt and bat, both signed, up for grabs, and you get the chance to meet the team, meet the players after the game as well. So let's have a look, go in and see what we can see. Just coming through here. We've actually got some people already in. Have a look there. Some of the little youngsters there, look, having a little go, which is fantastic. Emily's here from Lancashire Foundation, who can tell me a little bit about what's happening. Emily, just introduce us to what's going on here today.
Yes, we've got the big red set up today, so it's all about letting kids come in, have a go, just try and hit as many balls as hard as they can, really. So they're all loving it so far. So
we was going to say, what sort of reaction have you had from people so
they
far?
Love it. Yeah, they don't want to leave.
Well, they've got to, because they're going to watch the game. And fingers crossed. I mean, a great chance to win some great prizes and meet the team as well.
Yeah, really nice prize to go across the changing rooms, meet the players, sign ballot for grabs as well. So what more can they want?
And presumably the players are a real inspiration for some of these young kids here as well.
Yeah, especially for the girls. I think it's absolutely massive that it's such a big day for women's sport as well. So it's just,
Right, so I'm going to have a go. So you're going to throw a few down now? Be gentle. All right, I haven't hit a ball since last season. So, right, here we go. Let's have a go. So it's a bit of a small bat, this one. Hey, never underestimate the power of a good, solid forward defensive. Okay, here we go. Let's try and go. See, I think that was going down towards the boundary. Try another couple. Ooh, I might have been caught there. A little bit of a high one there. Right, one more go. Oh! Spin on that! Spin on that! Great stuff. Emily, thanks very much indeed for having us. So get yourself down here to the Big Red. Here at the ground today, you've got the chance of winning some fantastic prizes, and also enjoy picking up the bat and hopefully smashing it all over the place. Yeah, I've run across from the car park very, very quickly, as you can tell. Great fun that for Bat for Women's Cricket Day. The prizes for which will be announced a little bit later on, so keep an eye on your inbox. Also, everybody that's bought tickets here today automatically entered it into a prize draw. There are some great prizes up for grabs. 2 tickets for Green Day here at Emirates Old Trafford on June the 21st. 2 tickets for the 100 on July the 25th. And 2 tickets for one of the England women's games in 2025 here at Emirates Old Trafford. The date and the opposition for that one to be announced later on. The batting challenge, of course, as I say, keep an eye on your inbox, because we'll be revealing who's won those prizes a little earlier on. And also keep an eye on your inbox. This is a great ticket offer. If you bought a ticket here today, then you can get in for Sunday the 2nd of June, when we've got a double header, the Thunder and the Lightning teams both playing. Adults can get in for £10, kids for just £1. So keep an eye on your inbox. Meanwhile, here, of course, Northern Diamonds have finished their innings 109 for 5. Paul Shaw's has been watching alongside me. What did you make of that innings then, Paul?
Yeah, look, I think it was a tough start, wasn't it, with Thunder taking 3 early wickets. At one point, I think Diamonds were 19 for 3. So from then on, it's a rebuilding stage. So you would say Thunder won that power play. But I was really impressed with the way Emma Marlowe played, given the set of conditions that she was playing in, the context of the game. I thought she played beautifully and relatively low risk for a period of time, and have enabled Diamonds to get to a score of 109 for 5. I thought all the bowlers bowled pretty well for Lancashire Thunder. Perhaps the pick of those would be Mahika Gore. Nice to see her back playing really well with 1 for 11.
Some tight bowling, wasn't it? It was some pretty straight bowling. It was a good bowling unit all over. Never really gave anything away, and certainly in that first power play, as you say, 3 wickets down very early on, they looked like they were pretty much in control at that point.
Absolutely, and I think that's the key, bowling really straight, but being as consistent as you can, bringing all dismissals into play, bowled, LBW, caught behind. We're all in the game. So from that perspective, it built pressure on the Diamonds players, and they perhaps played shots that if they got the opportunity again, they may not play some of those shots going to a little bit high risk. I think the pitch is fine. I think the pitch has played pretty well. So I'm really looking forward to the second half of this game and to see how actually Lancashire Thunder go about the chase. Yeah, it was an innings of 2 halves effectively, wasn't it? Because once that 4th wicket partnership came in between Carlis and Marlowe, 32 they put on the board there, and then all of a sudden the Diamonds are very much back in the game. Absolutely, and that's it. I mean, I'm sure Danny Hazel, the head coach of the Diamonds, would have wanted one of the top 4 to be in going into the last 4 or 5 overs and really push towards 130, 140, 150. That wasn't the case, but that partnership in the middle gave them an opportunity to at least get something up on the board to have a good go at defending.
As you say, Emma Marlowe, excellent innings from her, 47. She's really rescued the Diamonds in many ways, hasn't she? That.
Absolutely. Such a good young player as well coming through. That bodes well for the Diamonds. But the way she played the situation and kept her risk low for a long period, she rotated the strike, she put the bad ball away, and really she's the one that's held the innings together to give them a chance of posting 109 today.
And in terms of the response now, what does Lancashire's attitude have to be going into this, do you think?
Look, I think they'll be really positive. I think they'll look to be positive. I still think they'll keep the risk low, but they'll look to strike the ball really, really hard down the ground as much as they can, rotate the strike. I know Chris Reid, it's important to him and the coaching staff to look at the boundary count and really work on scoring boundaries. So when the bad ball comes, or it's not a great delivery, they'll want to score boundaries as much as they possibly can to really get impetus in this second half of the game.
How confident are you that Thunder can come away with a victory here?
Look, I'm really confident that they can come away with the victory, but they've got to do the basics really, really well, play good positive cricket, run hard between the wicket, and keep the risk low for as long as they can.
Yeah, it's been an interesting game so far. We'll have the Lancashire response, the run chase, coming up very, very soon.
We are in a hard world of professional elite sport.
And a warm welcome from Emirates Old Trafford. We are back again.
It isn't a nice Sunday school tea party. There are no hiding places.
It's another monster hit for 6.
I know we are good enough, but we're just not showing it on the pitch.
You put that support in, you put that investment in, right, start winning games. Doesn't work like that, does it?
It means so much. It means so much to me, the staff and everyone in it.
A few wins put together, maybe they could actually reach finals day.
Well, that's a ferocious looking shot.
We don't want equal pay, we want equal opportunity.
They're going to try and show a little bit of something for the investment that's been put in.
The reality dawns, that is what professional sport is.
And of course, he was one of the stars of that documentary not so long ago, Paul Shorts. Great to see that brilliant footage from last year. I mean, what was it like to be involved in that whole project?
Yeah, it's a bit of a fly-in-the-wall documentary, wasn't it? Look, it was really good. I think it gives the viewers, the people out there, a real good insight into professional cricket and the women's game, and just how serious it is, and you know how hard everyone works behind the scenes, the coaching staff, the trips away, the focus and stuff like that. But also the investment that Lancashire have put into this Lancashire Thunder programme has been immense, and I think hopefully the documentary demonstrates that really, really well.
That is a real thing, isn't it? I mean, just how much that the women's game has grown, particularly at this club. You must be amazed and really proud, I guess, to have been part of that as well.
Absolutely. I mean, it was only 2014 that the England women's cricket team became professional. And I was at the start of that process with England, but to do it again here has been really special, especially with the investment that the club has given. It's been absolutely outstanding.
And you've really put everything on a firm pathway now for the growth of the game and the way things are going to develop in the future. I mean, we see the crowds that we've had here, the kids starting to come through. They're absolutely loving it and being part of this game.
Absolutely. I think you've got to really lay strong foundations, not just for now, but for the next 10 years to give this brilliant club a wonderful opportunity to having success and much silverware along the way, and as I said before, inspiring the next generation of young girls playing this game. And
to see so many young kids here today, as you say, and they can really be part of the inspiration as well from the players coming out. I mean, we're saying that we've got the Bat for Women's cricket game going on here today, and there will be prizes drawn, so some of these youngsters will be able to meet the players face to face, you know, hand to hand, right at the end of the game. That's massive for young kids, isn't it?
Absolutely fantastic. There's no better feeling. They remember that for the rest of their lives, and it just might inspire them to get really involved in this great game. And of course, now there's a pathway, a career pathway to be involved in the women's game, which is absolutely fantastic. And what greater club than here at Emirates Old Trafford to be a part of Lancashire Thunder.
The only thing we need now is for Thunder to get a victory here now in their innings. What do you think is got to be the approach now as we go into this second part of the game?
Yeah, that'd be the icing on the cake, wouldn't it, really? And also, I think that, you know, the batters will look to be positive. They'll look to play good, positive cricket. Hit the pockets here at Old Trafford. There's interesting angles, so they'll look to run really hard, pick up twos, and put the bad ball away. But I make no mistake, I think it'll be really positive.
110, very much a reachable target.
Absolutely reachable. Let's see what happens.
We'll keep our fingers crossed, Paul. Thanks very much indeed for joining us for now. We'll go to the run chase very, very soon. Okay. You still waiting for the umpires?
Welcome to Conrad Dubai. Here's your key.
Thank you.
Let me help you with the bags.
Nice room.
How's that? How's that?
How's that?
Please welcome back to the pitch our opposition this afternoon, the Northern Diamonds. And please welcome back to the pitch the Lancashire Thunder.
And welcome back to the commentary box here in the sunny Manchester as Fee Morris will make her way out to the middle alongside Emma Lamb. Morris been in decent touch in the Rachel Hayer Flint Trophy with the bat. She had a big partnership with the overseas Katie Mack. Emma Lamb, as we've been saying, has runs in every edition of this competition. 200 of them last season, 191 the season before, and 218 the second best in the inaugural edition. Phoebe Turner taking the new ball by the looks of things from the Brian Statham end here. She's certainly the one going through her action at the moment. A reminder the chase then. 110 required for victory here. And 20 overs for Lancashire Thunder to get it. They will fancy their chances of a win in their opening game of the competition. And a reminder, we're back in power play territory for the first 6 overs. Paul Shaw, who was chatting to Fraser Dainton down there at pitchside during the interval, will be joining myself and Ali Byrne, the former Lancashire and Cheshire captain, shortly. And that's not a great start because Thunder are now only going to need 109 off 20 overs because that's a wide ball through outside the off stump. A few spectators have gone to get their refreshments, so just making their way back to their positions for this chase. But you would imagine this is going to be a comfortable win here for Lancashire Thunder, but those things never quite go to plan as Emma Lamb tries to drive this one, and that's a no ball. So this will be a free hit, and it's 2 without loss already. So the chase down to 108 without a ball being bowled. Phoebe Turner is now going to have a little chat with Holly Armitage about which delivery she goes for here. Probably the message is just settled down as well. Slip remaining in place, but Probably unlikely to come into this delivery, as it's a full Yorker length, clipped into the offside, finds a gap rather skillfully in the end there on the offside, does Lamb, and picks up the first 2 off the bat, which is applauded by the spectators who've made their way back to their seats. 4 without loss in this game, a chase of 110, Ali Byrne. It's already looking as if it's going to be difficult for the Northern Diamonds to defend this one.
Well, it's not your ideal start, Mike, is it? But still a long way to go.
Here comes Phoebe Turner again. Clipped leg side. That one stopped at mid-wicket. A good bit of work across the ground on the knees there from Sophia Turner, playing against her former side. Saw Phoebe Graham picking up a wicket against the Northern Diamonds, who she used to play for. So we've seen a little bit of interchange over the years in this regional setup. As in comes Phoebe Turner again, is hit through the offside by the flowing bat of Emma Lamb, square of the wicket. She's so strong there. 8 without loss the score moves on to from just the 3rd legitimate delivery of the innings.
That was delicious, Mike. That was the shot of the day for me. She just leant into that. No risk cricket whatsoever. All right along the carpet. Confident start from Lamb.
Reminder of those impressive Lancashire Thunder bowling figures. Kate Cross, 4 overs, 21 for 1. Mahika Gore, 4 overs, 1 maiden, 11 for 1. A maiden in 2020 cricket is quite something. Their collector's items, 31 for 1 off the 4 overs of Phoebe Graham. 21 for no wicket for Hannah Jones. Georgia Vole just the 1 over for 8 as Phoebe Turner's on her way again to bowl to Lamb, who's forward defensively and is quite happy, I think, with her overs work here. She's got 8 runs in it so far, so settles for a dot there. Another 102 required. The other bowler we didn't give you there is 15 for 1. The figures of Fee Morris from her 4 overs. Top score of the first innings was Marlowe's 47 not out from 53 balls, but without that, the Northern Diamonds would have really been struggling. Fraser 23 not out as well from 18. A useful contribution down the list as in comes Phoebe Turner again. Flicked leg side. How much pad was involved we'll find out in a moment from the umpire. But Fee Morris is through for the single, and it was off the bat. 9 without loss the score moves on to.
Yeah, a good positive start from the Thunder. And, you know, those bowling figures you've just read out, Mike, are very impressive. I thought the bowling attack was superb this afternoon.
Just hit lines and lengths, didn't they? And were backed up by good work in the field. It's going to be something of a steeper chase for Pakistan against England in their T20 international. 1 ball of the innings remaining, 174 for 9 in that one as we approach the end of the first over here, with Phoebe Turner approaching the crease, and it's bowled and chopped away for Fee Morris's first run, and 10 off the first over, exactly what you want. 100 more left to get from the 19 overs, exactly the start Lancashire Thunder would have wanted, having had such a great start with the ball.
Yep, 100 to win off 19 overs. I'm sure they'd have settled for that at 129 before they came onto the pitch earlier on.
Over the Pennines at Leeds, where the international's taking place, it's been Wyatt's 87 from 48 balls, which has been the mainstay of that one, and it won't require something like that here from Lamb or Morris, but they will be looking to stake their claim for the season, I would think, Ali Byrne.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. I think if they can just play sensible, low-risk cricket here, traditional cricket shots without taking any major chances, it should be theirs to win.
Getting underway in the other games in the competition today, South East Stars, they'll be batting against Western Storms. They're in the first over, therefore, without loss. As in comes a Yorker length delivery from Slater, brought into the side today as one of 2 changes from the final Rachel Hale Flint Trophy fixture before the short week-long break to prepare for this competition. 99 more needed to win, 11 without loss. We are into the second over of the innings, and Lancashire Thunder looking to make short work of this as Lamb takes her guard.
Yeah, I said about low-risk cricket, and I think that was perhaps a slightly over-ambitious shot from Fee Morris there.
Sunrisers batting against Central Sparks in the other game at Worcester, as Lamb with one of those characteristic drives into the offside, but doesn't quite manage to find the gap on that occasion, as the ball is fielded at cover. No run on offer. Winfield Hill just settles with the gloves behind the stumps. There's a tight ring on the offside as Lamb will look to go through it with another powerful drive. It's Marlowe, who made 47 in the Northern Diamonds total, who is there with a low stop and prevents a run being scored. So yeah, we've got short third, we've got backward point, we've got a cover point, we've got Armitage who's just handing the ball back to a bowler who's been fielding at extra cover, and mid-off all in the ring. But she is going to now send that cover point back to the offside boundary and bring up the long leg inside the ring. So inside the ring on the 45 now. As Slater bowls and beats Emma Lamb outside the off stump. A good bit of bowling there. 11 without loss it remains.
Just watching Slater bowl, she's got a really interesting run-up. She'll run and then she does a little hop, skippity jump and then continues to run flawlessly into the crease.
One of these left-armers who've become very useful in T20 cricket. So with that fielder on the 45 on the leg side, we've got one back on the boundary at square leg, a mid-wicket and a mid-on, completing your field.
It's a risky single. That was close.
Taken quickly with a push to mid-wicket, but Lamb and Morris were on the same wavelength, and they were through for that single safely. 12 without loss as we approach the end of the second over, which has been rather different from the first, you have to say.
Couldn't be more different.
8 for 1, the comparison in the Northern Diamonds innings at the end of the second over, for those keeping track in that sense. In comes the fielder on the offside for Morris. Back goes the fielder down to long leg for Slater, who bowls. It's slashed by Morris over the top and taking advantage of the power play to score a boundary. 4 runs to the total, 16 without loss. Lancashire Thunder going at 8. They don't require that many. They don't even require one a ball in this chase, but shots like that will help to reach this total of 110, Alison Byrne.
Yeah, I think her heart would have been in her mouth for a split second there. It did go aerial, a little bit close to the gully that she'd perhaps anticipated, but still hit with some power. And yeah, she's laughing about it now. 4 runs.
Tends to be a fairly phlegmatic character, does Fee Morris. And yeah, a long chat there with Emma Lamb, but quite a jovial one it felt like. Lancashire lead up to 3-8-1 in the county championship against Durham. But you're watching Charlotte Edwards Cup cricket here on Lancs TV. Choices streams today, and it's going to be Katie Levick to come on and bowl from the Brian Statham end.
Interesting change of bowler so early on in the piece.
Probably the most renowned bowler in the Diamonds lineup, and has been cut away first ball by Emma Lamb. This one's rolling away across the turf. It won't quite go all the way to the rope, but it was well placed.
Yes.
And it brings 3 more to the total. 19 without loss, Alison Byrne.
That was a really classy shot. You know, she didn't overplay that. Wasn't worried if it went for a boundary or not. She went for the gap, a bit of power, split the field, 3 runs.
Alison Byrne there, the former Lancashire and Cheshire captain. We also have Paul Shaw, the former Lancashire Thunder coach. In the previous 3 editions of this competition, reached the final last year. Big appeal for LBW. It's been given out. Now clearly Morris there was feeling that one, had pitched outside leg stump and was on for the sweep. The umpire believes she's misjudged it, and Fee Morris is the first to depart here. LBW with the score on 19. Off the bowling of Levick, who is probably the best known of those Northern Diamonds bowlers. She was pleading for the finger to go up, and it eventually did. And that is the end of Fee Morris, and it shows that this chase is going to be far from a formality as Lister makes her way to the wicket.
It'll be interesting to see how the Scottish international performs in Lancashire Thunder colours this season, Mike. We've been waiting to see her play, haven't we, after her success with Scotland in the World Cup qualifiers. Of course, Scotland qualifying this year for the first time in their history, so she'll be on a high.
She will indeed. It's certainly something to aim for. In fact, it's Vol who's come out. In fact, the Australians come out at number 3.
Well,
I thought it was...
We'll have to wait a bit longer to see the Scottish international. We'll see Australia B international instead, the young 20-year-old... having said that, she's a very experienced player, Vol, isn't she, Mike?
Yeah, BBL experience with the Brisbane Heat, and she's just assessing the field here. I thought it was an unusual choice to go for Lister, so Vol makes a little more sense, I think, to use the overseas at this point. That's where Katie Mack's been batting as well, and she's edged that one just past slip, and it's going to trickle away down towards the boundary at third. They come back for 2, perhaps not the shot Vol would have wanted to start her account with. She was looking for 3, but sends out the hand to pause Emma Lamb's return to the striker's end. 21 for 1. The wicket to fall, the LBW of Morris to Levick. Took 12 wickets in this competition last season and is always a prolific operator, whatever the format. And again asks the question of whether that was pitching outside leg, and Vol's answer was to go back and defend that one into the offside for no run. 15 the season before in 2022 as Vol down the track and is hitting that one away for 4 runs. An explosive start there from Georgia Vol, finding the boundary. 25 for 1 the total moves on to, and I think that's been the difference in the early stage, as Thunder have managed to find the boundary in the power play, whereas Northern Diamonds really struggled and were losing wickets.
That was a really good shot from Vol there, full of confidence, full of flair, full of Australian talent, of which there's plenty of. Levick's coming into ball.
Delivers, and Vol's down the track and clipping to the same area. This time goes on the floor and just dissects the fielder at mid-wicket and mid-on. 2 successive boundaries and 2 authoritative boundaries from Georgia Vol, the overseas player. 29 for 1 the total moves on to.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Just what you want from your overseas player, isn't it? Full of confidence, and I love the footwork there. If you just watch that replay again, she danced down the track there, made that good length ball into a half volley, and hit it through to the boundary rope. Love it.
Yeah, just clipped it with confidence, didn't she? Away to the rope. And Levick, who's taken double figures in every edition of the competition so far, getting a little bit of tap from the Australian overseas. She took 10 in the first edition in 2021, took 15 and was the leading wicket taker in 2022, and then last season taking another 12 wickets to continue adding to her tally for Northern Diamonds. Has been a prolific operator, but on the wrong end of some good stroke play there, as this one is delivered well and driven to mid-off. Slater starting the over, and Lamb looking in good touch. 11 off 12 now.
Yeah, I mean, my initial impressions of our openers, forgive me, Lancashire Thunder's openers and the Diamonds openers, is the footwork, to be honest. I've noticed a desire to use the feet to make good balls into half volleys here from the Thunder.
Lamb, who made a superb century against Sunrisers, is facing up today, knowing she doesn't need that, and she's hit this one straight down the ground, ever so slightly onside. 4 more to the total, and the difference between the 2 innings is stark, because Lancashire Thunder, with the pressure slightly off, chasing a low total, are managing to find the boundary with ease. 33 for 1, and they've just taken this on really well, haven't they, Ali Byrne?
I absolutely love watching quality players at their best. You can tell when they're in confident mood, when their feet are moving quickly and decisively.
As the breeze begins to blow through the commentary box, which is quite nice, as this one's pushed away by Emma Lamb into the offside, and no run taken on that occasion from Lamb, who's quite happy with the boundary she got from the previous ball.
Well, that's exactly the position they find themselves in at the moment. Thunder, their target run rate is just under 5, so they can afford to hit 1s and 2s and wait for the bad ball.
Short of length and cut away by Lamb this time, and she's gone straight down the ground early in the over. She goes through backward point on this occasion, almost wide third in the end, but it mattered not. It was a beautiful cut stroke, and 37 for 1 the total moves on to. Lamb approaching her 20s now, she has 19.
Now, the footwork was clear to see on the replay there. Earlier shot, she'd taken a couple of strides forward, put the ball off the length. That one, she was right back in her crease, almost expecting the ball to be exactly where she wanted it to be for that cut shot.
Yeah, really nicely played by Lamb, getting right back in her crease even before the ball had been bowled and cutting it away. Wide ball then to compound the issues that Northern Diamonds face here. 38 for 1. and this game running away from them fast. The chase only 110 today, remember, so looking like it's heading for a convincing, possibly a bonus point win. We were talking about how
say that, Mike.
Important those were. It is looking very good for Lancashire Thunder at the moment. It has to be said.
Yeah.
The required rate already down to 4.4. It's currently at above 10s. Lamb waits and just defends on the back foot.
Quality
no run on
defensive
offer.
shot. Very, very much underestimated shot, the backward defensive.
Wasn't wide enough on that occasion to cut away, but Lamb's found the boundary on 2 occasions in this over. Once with that cut shot. And waits again.
Little skip and jump.
Leaning forward, just looking for where the ball's going to be. Short of length, pulls it away. The fielder's up inside the ring at 45. It's fine of her on the leg side, and it's away. 42 for 1, and they continue to tick along very nicely. 4 overs gone, and Emma Lamb is looking in imperious form with 3 boundaries in that over.
I mean, yes, she is. There's no doubt about that. But to me, this highlights one of the modern day phenomenons about women's cricket, women's batting in particular, is the movement in and around the crease. The lateral, we haven't seen so much of the lateral movement yet from Lamb, but the movement forward, the movement back, trying to put the bowlers off their length. And you see the lateral movement of batters as well, and it really is. It's definitely a batter's field out there. Having to anticipate where the batters, as a bowler, you just never know where they're going to come forward, back, left, right, all the sweeps and ramps, etc.
The difference clear there on the worm. The Lancashire one is rising steeply up towards the 50 mark, and the Northern Diamonds one struggled throughout. Change of bowling then. It's going to be Phoebe Turner back into the attack, driven down to mid-on, and stopped there well by Slater. But Northern Diamonds really on the wrong end of this one at the moment. 42 for 1 the score. Can all change with a couple of quick wickets, but it just feels as if this total of 110 is not going to be enough. And the ground staff were saying it was nice to bat on, and Lancashire Thunder have been proving that so far. Another neat clip into the leg side by Georgia Vol. It brings a single to backward square leg on the boundary, and the Brisbane Heat player enjoying her start in Lancashire Thunder colours. 43 for 1.
She got a double century in March. Did you know, Mike, playing for the...
As you do.
As you do. Cricket Australia Red against some sort of practice match up in Adelaide. They were playing between the Australian... I just found out this one. I was reading up on her. She got, oh yeah, just knocked off a double century like you do.
Standing on a bat handle at the non-strikers for now as Lamb pulls into the leg side, but does find the fielder who comes from backward square to in front of square on the leg side. So 44 for 1 the total, moves on to 110 the chase, so already approaching the halfway mark here. 11 more needed for that. That'll be a very nice position to be in, having not even left the power play yet. Turner bowls and just manages to cramp Vol for room. I think if she had got anything on it, provided it wasn't just a whisker, she might have actually got 4 down to third there. There is a route to the boundary there.
Yeah, that one surprised her a little bit, didn't it? She's rehearsed the shot again, as you do, and you do a bad one.
Phoebe Turner turns at the back of her run, maybe feeling she got a slight moral victory there. Delivers and attempt to whisk it away from leg stump. It doesn't matter that she's missed because she gets a wide ball there. 45 for 1, and wide balls can ill be afforded here by the Northern Diamonds. End of the over will bring Paul Shaw back in alongside Alison Byrne. So I'll have the former Lancashire Thunder coach alongside the former Lancashire and Cheshire captain to continue to watch this chase as Turner just bowls a ball that forces Vol to kind of stab really into the offside from an uncomfortable position on the crease. So a little bit back in the bowler's favour here, but 65 needed to win off 91 balls. The equation very much in the favour of the Northern Diamonds. Sorry, of Lancashire Thunder even. The Northern Diamonds, the ones under pressure. As this one's hit over the leg side, and it's going to bounce and trickle away over the rope for 4 runs. It was lifted nicely over the infield. 49 for 1. We've had 5 overs. Let's get some thoughts from Alison Byrne and bring in Paul Shaw, because this is going very well for the Lancashire Thunder.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this passage of play. Both bats seem to be seeing the ball really well and timing it beautifully, and they're getting good connections with the ball. And as Mike alluded to, they've been really finding the gaps, which is a massive difference between how the Diamonds struggle to find the 4s, 3s and 2s early doors. Yeah, it's looking good from a Lancashire Thunder perspective, Paul. You joined us at an interesting time of the game at the Lancashire Thunder 49 for 1 after only 5 overs.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, they've made a really, really good start of Lancashire Thunder, haven't they? And Lamb looks in great form.
We've had a change of bowl on a misfield that will not help matters as it scampers towards that boundary there. Thunder running hard. Taking a 2 off Fraser's first ball.
I really like the way that Thunder are going about this run chase. They're being very, very positive. They're getting the feet apart. They're getting forward. They're getting back. And it's been a brilliant 50 in terms of an opening stand. Now 51 runs.
Comes Fraser. And a rare defensive shot from Lamb, who's already on 26 runs. That's flown by, isn't it? A little tickle round to the final leg. Glorious little shot for a single. And Lamb moves on to 27. And the score is at 52 for 1. Thunder are, at the moment, making light work of this, Paul.
Yeah, they are. And as I say, I really like the way they're going about it. They're playing really positive cricket, good stroke play, but also running hard between the wickets and putting the bad ball away nicely. It's really good to see.
Fraser again, she's gone for a more expansive shot there, but she's aimed it straight at Diamonds fielder in the covers. A change of pace here from the Diamonds, have slowed it down, bringing on Fraser, the spinner, right-hander. Drops that one a bit shorter. It's clip down towards the third boundary, and I think it's going to trickle over. Yes, it is. Another boundary for Lancashire Thunder. This is a remarkable passage of play. 56 for 1, Paul.
Yeah, the ball's not quite gone where Vol wanted the ball to go, but she got enough bat on it and it ran away there behind point and ran away and just trickled over the boundary rope for 4 runs, which takes the score for 56 for 1, with Lamb on 27 off 21 and Vol 19 off 11.
Oh, that's just beating the outside edge of the bat there. Close, 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 close. Another good over for Lancashire Thunder, 56 for 1. Vol, as you say, trundling, actually 19 off 12. That's some going, isn't it? And Lamb 27 off 21. So well above the run rate. In fact, it's dropped below 4 required, 3.86 at the moment. So actually, they're just over halfway of the target with many more overs than half remaining. So there's to lose, dare I say it.
I think, they'd have wanted to have a really positive power play would, probably both sides really. Diamonds would, obviously, and Lancashire Thunder would. And Thunder's gone about their business really, really well. As we said earlier, hitting the ball hard, getting into really good positive position, showing really good intent, but actually keeping the risk relatively low. You've not seen too many loose shots. What you've seen is proper cricket shots, which is really pleasing to see. So, the run rate by keeping the risk low is 9.33 current, and what they require is 3.86 against a young Diamonds attack.
Dot ball, first ball of the new over from Hall, number 12.
And that's the thing, if you compare both bowling attacks, the Diamonds one is a very young, inexperienced, or relatively experienced, other than Katie Levick perhaps, bowling attack against some pretty experienced Thunder batters.
Indeed. She's got quite a slingy action as young Hall, hasn't she? It's quite a low, slingy, like Malinga-like action. It's gone for a single there. down into the mid-on position. Takes a total to 57 for 1. We've got some Diamonds fielders switching position there. Armitage wants to be in that short mid-wicket-ish area, as you referred to earlier on, the eye line. In comes Hall. Slingy action. A bit wider. And then, no, that's a really bad decision there. Oh dear. Ball's made a bit of a judgment error there. Gone for a single that clearly wasn't there. Lamb quite rightly sent her back. And is that the turning point that Diamonds were looking for, Paul?
Well, they were certainly looking for a breakthrough, and that just looks like the breakthrough they've been looking for. Ball's really keen here for the single, the sharp signal, but unfortunately there perhaps wasn't the signal there, and Lamb sends her back, which gives Diamonds that wicket that they've been working hard for, but it's coming the way that Thunder would rather not at this stage of the game, with the score on 57 for 2 of 6.3. Nevertheless, Thunder in an exceptionally strong position, but I'm just looking at the Australian overseas walking off now after just being dismissed, and she's limping. I don't know whether that's a calf or a hamstring tweak of some type.
Maybe
but
she's good spot, Paul. Maybe she did that as she's tried to turn.
Potentially, yeah. And we see Seren Smale that's coming in at 4 in the 50 over competition that we've just put on, give a bit of respite for a few weeks. She opened the batting with Lamb, so now be more of a stroke player coming in at 4, but I'm sure we'll be pleased to be reacquainted with her former opening partner. Lamb.
I want a player to be coming in at number 4, Paul, because she, as you said, she's been opening, but she's also been making some decent runs as well. A real breakthrough season from my perspective for her. In comes Hall. Oh, that kept low, didn't it? Kept low, but she's managed to squirt it down to fine leg. And they are going to make it back for 2. 59 for 2.
Yeah, Seren Smale has certainly had a really good season to date. This season has made some good progress over the last 2 to 3 years. Started getting a few scores last season, but has really pushed on this season. And it's really pleasing, and it shows that the academy system here at Lancashire Thunder and the development of younger players is working well.
Again, nice little shot into the mid-wicket area for a single off the bowling of Hall. Moves Lancashire Thunder up to 60. 50 to draw, 51 to win.
And it's a lovely position for a young player such as Seren Smale to come in and learn how to bat in that upper middle order, batting at 4 or 5, because the game's set, isn't it? So all she has to get herself in, knock the ball around, which is really good.
Good shot into mid-wicket again off the bowling of Horn as the single. 61 for 2.
That was a lovely shot from Lamb, although it's only gone for 1. The way that she picked the length of that ball and then she got into the ball on top of the bounce and worked that ball through to mid-on. It was a good sign of someone that's got good balance, good rhythm and good alignment at this point in time, with a lovely little sprinkling of confidence.
Lovely little sprinkling. I love the way you put that, Paul. But yeah, but it's not a bad start for Hall, really. She's a young bowler. Don't know how much experience she's had in this competition. She's only given 5 away there, and okay, she didn't bowl anybody out, but she bowled tightly enough to elicit a run out. And we've got another change of bowler at the Jimmy Anderson end. It's Levick back on. Wisely defended from Lamb. No run. Nice little dab into mid-wicket again. The fielder's sharply in to prevent a quick single being taken. I think that's one of the Turners. Is that Phoebe Turner there with the arm guards on? No, we'll see in a minute. I'll catch her number. Back foot shot, and they've taken a quick single there. That's good understanding between these two. As you say, Paul, they've batted a lot together so far this summer. And good response from the call there for a quick single, taking the score to 62.
And this is a big play here from Diamonds. They're bringing Katie Levick back into the game after just 1 over to try and get another wicket. Maybe 1 will bring 2, and this has been an important play by Diamonds. She's experienced. She does spin the ball, the leg spinner, and has been a stalwart for them over the last few years.
Again, they've just manoeuvred that into space for a single. That's all they need to do at this stage, really. Run rate less than 4 and over. You don't need to. They don't need to take any risks at this point in proceedings. But yeah, Paul, she's she's been a great performer for the Diamonds over the last few years, wickets wise and economy rates, hasn't she? She's been a big player in both trophies. Another sharply taken single. Because this presents a problem for if you're the skipper, Holly Armitage at Northern Diamonds, because they just seem to be picking off singles as and when they like at the moment, don't they?
Yeah, it's a big problem, isn't it? But from a Thunder perspective, Lancashire Thunder, they're playing beautifully. The way they're rotating the strike, getting into the ball, getting away from the ball, and using the feet beautifully, really, to keep the scoreboard rotating.
Another little cut shot down to the boundary. I think that might just don't have enough legs to make the ropes, and it does. It's been a while since the boundary for the Lancashire Thunder, so they'll be delighted with that. Because although they're probably not in a pressurised situation at the moment, every wicket can just turns the screw a little bit, doesn't it?
It does, and when you're in form, you get those well-deserved bottom edges that just run behind square for 4 runs, don't they? So another 4 runs for the Lancashire Thunder total, which takes the total to 68 for 2 off 8 overs.
Yeah, good score rate. They've got a run rate of 8.5 at the moment, but they've well and truly settled for that 4 or 5 hours ago. Captain having a chat there with a new bowler.
So the new bowler is Sophia Turner.
It was Sophia Turner who did the fielding earlier on, that's it.
Known to all of us that's represented Thunder as Fee Turner. Played with the Thunder for a little while and decided to go to pastures new to get a little bit more game experience with the Diamonds and play in the first team a little bit more. So I'm sure she'll be keen to do a good job here today.
And she comes, oh dear. A little bit leggy, keeper couldn't stop it. I'm pretty sure it's going to go for a wide. Yep, there the arms go. There goes the arms from umpire Clark. Amy Clark is actually umpiring her 3rd game for the Thunder. Started umpiring just after COVID, she told me. And rapid rise to this level. Seems to be the pattern. There's a lot of young female umpires coming through at the moment. Decent ones as well, Paul. You've come across a lot more than I have. It's a better ball from Turner.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot more female umpires involved in the game, and I think that's really pleasing, as it is for match referees as well. Helen Pack, I think, is the match referee here today, so it's really good that they've got some good potential and good female umpires coming through and developing within this environment.
Turner's coming in for a 3rd delivery. 2nd legal one. That's stabbed down nicely for a single from Smale. As you say, Smale, he's got the maturity, seems to be to be quite happy getting those 1s and 2s, spending time at the crease. The longer you're out there, more runs you get. Obvious equation, but it's amazing how many batters don't realise that.
Absolutely. What the old saying was, you can't score any runs in the pavilion, can you?
Not really. Not unless it's a Nintendo. But there you go. It's another story. Nice shot off the toes there. Goes down to deep square for a little single. Lovely shot from our friend Lamb. Everything looks easy at the moment for her, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? But I think, when you've got a little bit of form, you've had a few runs, your confidence is high, you're moving well, you're balanced, you're aligned, you get into good positions. You just feel that way, doesn't it?
Nice bowling from Turner, very athletically fielded for no run. So again, Smale dead behind the ball, straight as, love it.
Especially with Sophia Turner just taking the pace off the ball slightly there. It was a slower ball, just rolled her fingers over the ball, over the seam, which took the pace off. So yeah, really well played by Smale.
Oh, it moved a little bit, Paul. No run. Score remains on 72 for just the loss of 2 wickets. Turner's bowling a really, really straight, good over here, Sophia Turner. As you say, former Thunder player. She'll be pleased she's put in a good show so far. As did Graham, in fact, against her old foe from your side of the woods. See how we've come dressed in team colours today, Paul. In comes Turner. A little bit wider, but Turner got away with that. I think Smale will be disappointed she didn't actually make a better connection there. But a good over from Turner, 72 for 2. 11 overs left. Still looking very much balanced in front of the, in favour of the Lancashire Thunder. But as we know, cricket's a funny old game. Anything can happen, Paul.
It can, and a number of times I've been sat in a positive position and I've seen one wicket, then another, and you get that little, calamity, or you get that little falling of 3 or 4 wickets in 5 minutes. But the way these two are playing, they're playing really calmly in a positive fashion, and I think they're going about the business beautifully. And the way that the batters are playing, they're building the partnerships, bodes well for the Thunder moving forward.
Indeed, starts the 10th over. Here comes the spinner again. 1 run conceded in the covers. Lamb's on 33, Smale is 9 off 9. Again, you can see Smale's not rushing, is she? Normally she's a high percentage player, isn't she? She'd normally be ahead of the run rate, but no, 9 off 9, that's fine for this situation. Big hit coming in there. She's a very powerful player, isn't she? And to deep mid-wicket for 1.
Yeah, she's a good young player, and the great thing coming in at 4, as she has today, and 4 or 5 in some games, is that often you have to get on with things, but she's got the luxury today of just knocking it around and supporting Lamb, which is really important.
Again, it's short. Oh, that's a beautiful strike, but I think it might even... Oh, that's a really good dive on the boundary there, despite the slight stutter. Can't quite see who that was. That was the youngster Hall. Yes, great bit of fielding.
Yeah, exceptional bit of fielding there from Hall, wasn't it? She covered the ground really, really quickly, dove down to her left, even involved a nice little commander roll and threw the ball straight in over the stumps.
Oh, I bet you did a few of those in your time, Paul. Nice little dab off the hips for a quick single. Again, nice sliding dive from Sophia Turner there. Another thing that's massively improved in women's cricket, I think, is the fielding, particularly the boundary fielding. It's incredible the athleticism some of these players show. Incredible, words fail me at times when I see some of the work that goes on. Big hit. Not quite time, but it's enough to get them at least 1. Good sliding recovery dive there. Thunder moving on to... Lamb's on 36, Smale's moved on to 12. The score, 79 for 2. Smale's on strike. Just rehearsing her next shot, but meanwhile the Diamond having a little conflab at the bowler's end. Keeper's just making sure everything's in place before she lets the bowler run in. In comes Fraser. Good shot off the back foot from Smale, rocked back and just punched it through the covers for a single, moving her on to 12 runs. And that's the end of the over. At the end of the over, we are 80 for 2, and I do believe we are bringing in the legend that is Mr. Mike Perkins.
And just for our viewers at home that are watching this game here at Emirates Old Trafford, the score is 80 for 2 off 10 overs. 30 runs required to win for Lancashire Thunder. And there are 60 balls remaining, and they have a number of wickets in hand, 8 wickets in hand, to be honest. And just looking at the Duckworth-Lewis score of 50 on the board, that's normally a really good comparison to where the team need to be, and Lancashire Thunder are at this point 30 runs ahead of that.
Yeah, 30 runs ahead, lovely position to be in for the Lancashire Thunder as we continue to tick along on this warm Sunday afternoon. And the bowling coming from the stay the man just short of the fielder at mid-wicket there as the ball is clipped leg side off Grace Hall into the attack. Just trying to have some sort of effect on this game at this stage, Paul.
Yeah, absolutely. We were saying earlier, it's a very young attack, isn't it, that Diamonds have gone against a relatively experienced and informed batting unit of Thunder.
Well, that was a unjudicious shot from the young Seren Smale. She's not got any of it, I don't think. The bye's signalled to confirm that. It's gone all the way for 4. And when things are going your way at 84 for 2, things really are going your way, because for all the world, Smale probably should have been bowled there.
Absolutely. I mean, that shot's come from nowhere, hasn't it, really? She's been playing beautifully, getting herself in and building the partnership with Lambert. I think she threw everything at that and missed it with everything, and how it missed the stumps, I'm not sure, but for Thunder, it's gone through for 4 byes.
I think one thing's clear. Smale thinks she can clear that short leg side boundary as she hits this one on the floor, onside of straight. These two used to running together with each other from their Rachel Hare Flint Trophy opening partnerships. 85 for 2 they progress the score onto here.
Yeah, that's really evident, isn't it, that they've formed a really good batting partnership with batting together for so long in the 50-over competition, that they're demonstrating how to run between the wickets, they're communicating well, and it's really great to see.
Hall delivers. It's wide outside the off stump and signalled as such. 86 for 2. Reminded the chase is only 110 here, so Thunder already approaching their target for victory here. They've gone along very, very nicely indeed. It's been almost the perfect performance so far, and very noticeable that the warm sunshine has been accompanied by warm applause around the ground as Lancashire Thunder have chased this. Wide on the other side, down the leg side from Grace Hall here, has this slingy action and just struggling to control it at the moment. 87 for 2 with those couple of wides added to the total.
Yes, with that type of action, if you're slightly off on release, it can certainly affect your consistency, but on good days what you find is the ball just skids through with the right arm being fairly low, but also it'll just swing away from the right-hander when the conditions suit.
Here comes Grace Hall then, looking to get the accuracy right here, in towards the pads of Smale, who clips firmly into the leg side. Another single taken, another one towards the total that is well within the Lancashire Thunder grass now. 21 more needed, 56 balls to get them, so they are on to win this one in a hurry, and even the 16 over mark for the bonus point doesn't look like being particularly tricky on this occasion, as it's forced off Hall by Smale up the offside of the pitch to mid-off, and no run on offer. 89 for 2, Paul Shaw.
I think it really shows, actually, or demonstrates the importance of building real depth in a squad over a period of time, and the youngsters coming through, i.e. Seren Smale and co coming through, and Lamb growing and getting better, and the senior players. I think it's so important.
Hall bowls and pushed into the offside squarer this time, out to cover by Seren Smale. Picks up a useful single. 20 to win off 54 balls. 90 for 2 the total at the end of the over.
And it does take a little bit of time to do that, but for Lancashire Thunder now, they've got the players, they've got the senior players, they've got the variations within the squad and within the team that they need, and they've got that lovely balance or blend of youth and experience, which I think will bode well, certainly for the rest of this season, but also importantly for the future.
Chatting in the middle there, that youth and experience, and the worm climbing away from the Northern Diamonds effort. You can see the Diamonds effort was littered with little dots for wickets there, and the other noticeable difference, lots of blue lines on that wagon wheel for the Thunder compared to the Northern Diamonds, who struggled to find the boundaries, but all around the wicket Thunder able to find fours almost with ease, and that has progressed them on to within 20 of this total to win. Now Katie Levick, who was the leading wicket taker in the 2022 competition, she's finished in the top 5 of the wicket takers in both the other editions of the competition. 5th in the first one and 4th in the most recent one. Is going to come back on and try and just find something, and maybe just even try and get a wickets tally going for the season, as she delivers this one to Emma Lamb, who is forward defensively and watchfully, having seen Levick already pick up the LBW of Fee Morris right at the start of the innings, looking to advance that wickets tally a little more, but I think Lamb's too smart to it and drives down to mid-on for 138 off 36 balls for Lamb. Really good innings, this.
Exceptional innings. And I love the way that Lamb's just picked the flight of that ball as it's left Levick's hand. She's got down the pitch, got to the pitch, and hit the ball on the floor down to mid-on.
Now to Smale, who takes a different approach, going back on the cut. There's a little bit of confusion between the batters who were going, then weren't going, and then there was a misfield and they were going again, and then they both ended up back at the ends they started with. Dot ball.
Yeah, a bit of a yes, no, maybe then. No, let's stay where we are.
Unusual for these two because they do run so well between the wickets. Levick tossing this one up and hit uppishly by Smale, and then spinning awkwardly for Fraser, who didn't get underneath the ball in the first instance and then failed to keep it in the ring as a result of the spin. 2 more to Smale, and they were back to their best between the wickets there.
Absolutely, yeah. They've done well to pick up 2 there, haven't they? And the inexperience of Fraser there, unfortunately, with the spin on the ball, just showed a little bit there, didn't it? But really good running between these 2.
17 more required for victory, and Smale will pick up at least one of them here with a push into the leg side. Lamb has to be quick between the wickets, and is so. Just has a little bend down to adjust the pad, having completed the single. 16 more to win.
And this really is the last throw of the dice, if you think, for Diamonds with Levick with the ball in hand. So, yeah, it's uphill task now.
Bowls again. And Lamb's cutting that one firmly behind square on the offside. She's going to look for 2 here. It's cut off just inside the rope by Marlowe, who's the top scorer in the first innings with 47. 2 more onto the total. Levick takes her cap. 96 for 2 the score.
And Lamb has got 40 runs off 37 and Smale 18 off 19. So both going about their business in a really good fashion. Great to see so many in the ground here today as we just have a little look round the ground. Much sun cream, I think, has been applied today of different factors. I can just see that now. I'm just adding a little bit of sun cream to protect the skin from the sun. It's very hot here at Emirates Old Trafford today, but wonderful to see, the youngsters in here, families, boys, girls, mums, dads, grandmas and granddads. I think that's a special thing about Emirates Old Trafford. It just draws in the next generation, inspires the next generation, but also brings family in.
Sophia Turner on her way into the crease, bowls right arm over the wicket and driven up the onside. Fraser there at mid-on, but doesn't affect the run-out. And that is 97 for 2 as we begin the 13th over. Almost a little bit of a shame for this crowd that they're not going to be able to witness more cricket, I suppose, because the chase is only 110 and Thunder have battered so well that they're within 13 of it. As Alison Byrne returns alongside myself, Mike Perkins, and Sophia Turner's lifted into the leg side. It bounces agonisingly short of the Northern Diamonds fielder, and that's been rather the story of their game. Grace Hall on this occasion, the one who can't quite get to the ball in time, and it's been that sort of day for the Northern Diamonds, really.
Well, sometimes in sport you get days like that, don't you? Ones you want to forget. But it's a learning curve, as Paul said. You've got a relatively inexperienced bowling attack here, and they will have learnt from this experience.
As Turner's clubbed up to mid-on, Fraser there with the stop. There's no run on offer. Sophia Turner really sort of came to prominence in this competition when she was brought into the Thunder lineup, who she was then playing for at the time, and bowled 4 overs, 1 maiden, 4 for 1 in a narrow victory over the Northern Diamonds on that occasion up at Leeds. Defended 118 did Thunder, but there's no chance of defending this 110 today for the Northern Diamonds, as that was fiddled out into the offside by Lamb.
Great word. I was just wondering how I was going to describe that shot. It was a fiddle. I mean, I don't think Smale knew what she was doing, let alone...
No, in fact, yes, it was Smale. I think originally she was looking maybe for a scoop or something like that, and then realised it definitely wasn't there and had to kind of try and adapt the stroke as Turner bowls again.
Nice.
Hit from a sort of Yorker length as she was advancing down the track, so didn't get too much power, but does get a single. 99 for 2. Lancashire Thunder approaching their 100 mark, and that'll leave them with just 10 more required.
Well, the crowd have had a great day of cricket here, haven't they? I hope they've had as much fun out in the so-called festival area for the Bat for Women Day.
I'm sure they've certainly had a good time watching the home side progress towards victory, as that one's defended by Lamb, who at this stage will just be keen not to give it away. She's got 41, so there's a chance of a half century, but I think the victory will be the main thing she wants to see. Just taking a look at the Manhattan here as well, we see that the Thunder overs there in the dark blue are much higher than the Northern Diamonds ones in the light blue there, and far less of those little circles on top of the overs indicating wickets as well. And the same's true of the run rate, just the 2 big circles for Thunder, and they've also been up around 9s during that power play. And once again, seeing that wagon wheel with all those boundaries on for Thunder, which we didn't see many of in the first innings, as Seren Smale just swats that away on the offside on the cut to start the over. It's Katie Levick who's bowling it. And applause rings out for the 100 for Lancashire Thunder. And that applause almost could continue now towards victory, because just 10 more required.
Yep, 100 runs come at a lick as well, 13 overs. Excellent performance, excellent bowling from the team, and a good solid batting performance.
Bodes well for the rest of the competition as Lamb goes airily down the ground, doesn't get all of it. It lands just on the back of the 25-metre ring in the end. Long off comes in to do the fielding. 101 for 2 the total moves on to. Should tell you as well, just quickly, that there are other games going on. Sunrisers 30 without loss against Central Sparks at Worcester, as Seren Smale cuts off the back foot, stopped at extra cover by the captain Holly Armitage, who's had a tough day. Yeah. 8 required now for victory, 102 for 2. The other game being played at the moment, South East Stars are 27 for 1 in the 5th over of their game against Western Storm. That's been hosted by Western Storm as well. So Charlotte Edwards Cup well underway for the year, and it looks like Thunder will be starting with a victory. And it's Lamb in the all-red of Lancashire Thunder who cuts that one into the offside, picks up another single, 103 for 2. Lamb has 43 of those.
It's been a superb innings. I've really enjoyed watching Lamb bat today. She seems to be back to her old form after injury.
Pakistan with a mammoth chase at Leeds, as this one's hit just over the top of the infield here. And there's going to be 2 more for Seren Smale, and that means the asking rate is just 5 more needed now of 37 balls, 105 for 2. Smale now on to 24, but yeah, 177 set for Pakistan to win. They're 64 for 2 in the 10th over of that one, so they've made a good go of it with the bat there, as Levick is cut away in front of square on the offside. It'll only bring 1, but as Alison Byrne, the former Lancashire and Cheshire captain, said that was a really nice stroke.
You know, very different styles these two, haven't they? They complement each other well. Lamb is style and grace. Smale is, you know, more of a force player. You know, they're playing those little punchy shots off the back foot, powerful shots on the leg side. Yeah, I love. They're both really good players to watch when they're on form like this, Mike.
Yep, it's been great to have you with us on Lancs TV. Reminder as well, the county championship game continues between Lancashire and Durham. 434 the lead now for Lancashire in that one, so they will be looking to get bowling at some point here and try and bowl Durham out. It's day 3 of 4 in that match, so it will be good to see Lancashire looking to record victory there, a much needed victory. It's been a tough start to the season, but they're in a very commanding position against Durham in that one. So all going well on all fronts at the moment, it has to be said.
The PA announcers celebrating already with Sweet Caroline blaring out across the ground.
We'll hear from Fraser Dainton, who'll be joined by Paul Short down at pitch side at the conclusion of this game, but it's going to be Slater to bowl what could be the last delivery of the game. A boundary of either variety, without a bounce or with one, would bring Thunder to their victory target of 110, but they don't connect there, so it's a dot ball.
Big shout from the Diamonds, more than in hope than anything else, I fear, at this stage.
Yeah, certainly felt that way. The dark blue trousers and the light blue tops. Of course, their team will become Durham next season, which has caused some degree of consternation as round the wicket comes Slater, clipped into the leg side. It'll just be one of the remaining 4 that are needed. Brings Lamb on to strike. The 50 partnership from 47 balls, 29 minutes. Very, very good from the Lancashire Thunder.
Yeah, excellent partnership. I mean, these two are becoming a little bit of a double act, aren't they, this season for the Lancashire Thunder. Again, another example of Smale's strength, just punching that into the gap.
A lot of runs here against the Central Sparks, albeit in a losing cause on that day, but it's going to be a winning cause today as Lamb drives into the offside but hits the fielder at short extra cover, which is Stair Callis.
We just saw the contrast in styles in 2 balls there, didn't we? Little punch shot from Smale and a beautiful, elegant drive from Lamb. For no runs in that occasion, but you see the style.
So Lancashire Thunder here about to record their first win in their first game of the Charlotte Edwards Cup. Slater bowling, shorter length, swept round the corner really in the end because it didn't bounce quite as much as Lamb would have liked. Picks up another single, and 2 required now from 32 balls.
Okay.
It's now down to 0.4 and over, which I think is doable.
How can you get 0.4 of a run? Run 4/10 of the way down the wicket, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Get the tape out.
Something like that. I think we're a rather binary sport, aren't we? see the 0 or 1.
Right. What chances are 4 here? Oh no.
Slater just abort running. She wasn't quite happy with the field, I think, in the end. As I say, reminder, you can join the county championship game. Lancashire taking on Durham, and in a very good position for their first win of the season in that competition as well. And more Charlotte Edwards Cup games also taking place, as well as the T20 Internationals.
She's gone for it.
Away for 4 runs down the ground. That is victory for Lancashire Thunder, and it is hit very, very nicely down the ground. It has been a partnership between Emma Lamb and Seren Smale, who hits the winning runs there, that has taken Lancashire Thunder to victory. Ali Byrne, a fantastic win for Lancashire Thunder. What did you make of it?
Convincing, impressive, all-round great team performance. I can't fault them, really. Excellent. It bodes well.
It does bode well, doesn't it, for the remainder of this competition. Victory for Thunder in their first game. As you see the celebrations beginning to take place, the handshakes and all that kind of thing. Let's run you very quickly through the card. It was a chase of 110, MMR alone making 47 in the first innings, and Fraser's 23 also useful to setting that target. That allowed Thunder to get into a good position to chase down these runs. It was built around Emma Lamb's 44 from 43 deliveries. Seren Smale also making 30 from 30 deliveries. The only 2 wickets to fall were Fee Morris for 6 and Georgia Vol, who was run out for 19. So a very, very good start for Lancashire Thunder to this competition. Nothing much to write home about in those bowling figures at all. Just the 1 wicket for Levick, 4 overs, 33 for 1, her figures. But even those looking fairly torrid, particularly compared to the 4 overs, 21 for 1 of Kate Cross, for instance. Mahika Gore's 4 overs, 1 maiden, 11 for 1. Those were really the picks. But as the players are shaking hands here, as the fans start to go about their Sunday afternoon, our thanks to Alison Byrne for her thoughts, the former Lancashire and Thunder, or the Lancashire and Cheshire captain. She's watched Lancashire Thunder win today, and we will hand you back down to pitch side, where we will be hearing the thoughts of Paul Shaw, who's with Fraser Dainton.
Welcome to Conrad Dubai. Here's your key.
Thank you.
Let me help you with the bags.
Nice room.
How's that? How's that?
Absolutely terrific win here at Emirates Old Trafford for Lancashire Thunder by 8 wickets in the end. Kate Cross has come across to join me. Many congratulations. You've got to be absolutely delighted with that performance today.
Yeah, really good start. I think having lost the toss and putting a little bit of pressure on the Diamonds batters, we know they've got some firepower up top. So I thought we bowled exceptionally well up front, and then just the way we batted, it was quite a clinical performance. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, that bowling performance to start with, that really set the platform for you well, didn't it?
Yeah, I think we obviously talk about wickets in T20 cricket. There's a lot of pressure, especially in the power play, because it obviously halts the start of the batters. So I think once we had that start, then we were able to capitalise on that and not allow them to get into the game. And then I just thought the way that we batted was, like I said, pretty clinical, and Lammy and Seren showing the experience at the end there to get us home.
Yeah, Emma Lamb, in fact, with a terrific innings this afternoon, showing all her experience and her expertise in really closing it out there.
Yeah, well, she's come back from back surgery, so it's been obviously a tough couple of months for her, but she's really threatened in the Rachel Hayhoe comp, and then she was rewarded with the 100 a couple of games ago, and she's looked brilliant ever since. So to have her out there to lead us home as well and shake hands at the end is really important.
Nice little cameo appearance from Georgia Voll as well on debut. I mean, she's got tons of experience despite the fact that she's only a youngster. What did you make of her today?
Yeah, she looked really good, didn't she? She obviously put their bowlers under some pressure as well, but I think it's great that we're kind of attracting these players to want to come over and play for Thunder now, and she's been a great addition to the team so far, and I think having someone come over and be an overseas player and take the game on the way she did today, I thought was brilliant.
Just how much confidence is this going to give everybody after a victory like that for this competition now, do you think?
Yeah, really good. I think we felt like we threatened a lot in the Rachel Hayhoe. We were playing some really good cricket, and we were on the back end of some really close type losses as well as wins. So it feels like we've got a lot of confidence in the group, and I think getting the win in the first game of a tournament is always really important. And the way that we've done it as well was really important today. So it'll be a happy dressing room.
Obviously, you did really well in this competition last year after a bit of a sticky start, but got yourselves into finals day. How keen is everybody to just push that little bit extra now and go all the way?
Yeah, I think it gave us the taste of what could be, and that was the first time that we'd made a finals day in about 20 years or something ridiculous. So I think it's having days like that is really important for the club as well, and having the confidence to know that we can go one better and we can compete and beat the best teams in this tournament. So yeah, if we can go one better and bring a trophy home to Old Trafford, that'd be great.
You've put a marker down now, haven't you, in this game? That sets the standard, doesn't it?
I hope so, yeah. I think we've been setting that standard for ourselves, how we've been talking about ourselves as a group and how we want to play. So we've set that standard, but it's then going out and executing it, which, I think it was pretty spot-on performance today from everyone.
And always nice to get one over on the rivals from across the Pennines.
Always, yeah.
Thanks very much indeed for joining us. Well played. Let's bring Shawsey back in. Terrific stuff. Thanks very much indeed for joining us there, Kate. Paul, what did you make of what you saw this afternoon? We were saying we thought there was a very good chance they'd be able to knock these runs off, but to do it in such style, in such comfort, that was pretty unexpected, was it?
Look, I think it was a really good performance all around, wasn't it? Certainly in the field with the ball, I thought the ball really well. Got early wickets in the power play, and the fielders unit supported the ballers really well. But then to see Lammy play like she's played today, like we know she can play, she's clearly playing with confidence. She's in a really good place. The way she got into the ball, got away from the ball, and hit the ball just under her eyes just shows how balanced she is and how well aligned she is. So from that perspective, I thought she went around it beautifully. I thought the way Smale came in, batting at 4, normally bats at the top of the order in 50 over cricket, I thought came in and batted beautifully, and obviously got the 50 partnership. And I love the way they went about the business today. I thought it was a very clinical performance, very professional performance, and excellent, I thought, with the bat.
There may have been an air of concern, perhaps, when Free Morris went early doors. But then from then on, Emma Lamb and as you say, Seren Smale coming in, the pair of them, just a real calmness about the batting in the way they saw it home.
Absolutely, and I think it is that calmness and assurance in their own ability. They're now reading the game situations a little bit better. They're progressing nicely. And the calm way that they went about the business, and still played really positively, didn't they? They hit the ball hard, they hit the ball down the ground, they played the short ball well, and run really hard between the wickets. I think is a real credit to them, and also a real credit to the coaching staff in how they're wanting this team to play the game.
We mentioned beforehand that things haven't quite gone the way they would want as far as the 50 overs comp is concerned. How much confidence does that give everybody in the camp now and going forward in this competition, do you think?
Well, it's certainly given them a fantastic start against the arch rivals, hasn't it? So from that perspective, they'll take a lot of confidence from that. I think it's important to keep the feet on the ground, keep working hard, keep working smart, and take the next game on in a really positive fashion. But they've certainly got confidence and hopefully momentum for the rest of this tournament.
And I mentioned Georgia Voll. I mean, the only concern, I suppose, is that she seemed to be limping off a little bit with maybe a bit of a calf twinge or something like that. Not quite sure. We'll have to get confirmation on that later. But what a cameo appearance. I mean, first over, two big fours smashed off your first couple of balls. That's one heck of an introduction to this trophy.
Absolutely it is, and I think the way that she is playing, or did play, shows that she's a really positive influence on the team, and if the ball's in her slot, then she'll look to put it away. So I think that cameo was important. Hopefully the injury is not too serious and it's a little tweak as opposed to anything else, and then she'll be fit for the next game. But I think she'll be a really good acquisition for this young Thunder side.
How excited are you now for the rest of this competition? Having seen that performance, and as I was saying to Kate Cross there, that's set the standard now. That's put a marker down for the rest of this comp.
Absolutely, I'm greatly excited about what I've seen today, and it's been a really positive performance. And it does set the standard, doesn't it? That's the key thing for me. They've set their own standard today, so it's important now that that's the norm and that they push on and see if they can raise the standard again. But yeah, really excited about the next few games.
Can't wait. It's going to be a really exciting summer. We're really excited by this team. We're excited by what the men's team are doing as well. Up in Blackpool, 325 for 7 is the score at the moment as the home side piling on the runs. Loads more to come. Don't forget, over the course of the summer, we'll be bringing you T20 coverage throughout the summer months. Don't forget to hit us up on our social channels as well. Tell us what you thought of today's performance. Let us know what you thought of today's game. Thanks very much indeed for joining us. Thanks very much for Paul being here as well. We'll see you again soon. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
1954, Cyril Washbrook became the first professional captain of the county.
Lancashire have won a tremendous victory here. Indeed he has, and he's gracious. What a moment. He don't play. Well, the real thrust of that innings came from Hagen's Fairbrother. Fine chance, 2 runs, it's a winning hit, on come the crowd.
This is a call for hungry dreamers and hard-working self-believers. Success is down to more than just luck and talent. It's striving to be the best, breaking the boundaries and never giving up. Are you ready to become your best self? Are you ready to unlock your greatness? UA92 is game-changing, created to accelerate careers in business, media and sport. Much more than a qualification, it's a personal development journey that prepares you for life. Become your best and connect with the best. With placements, with major players. Sparked from the minds of the class of '92. Their tradition of dreaming big. And inspired by the commitment to passion, preparedness, ambition and youth. So what are you waiting for? This is Education Evolved. This is UA92.
We are in a hard world of professional elite sport.
And a warm welcome from Emirates Old Trafford. We are back again.
It isn't a nice Sunday school tea party. There are no hiding places.
It's another monster hit for 6.
I know we are good enough, but we're just not showing it on the pitch.
You put that support in, you put that investment in, right, start winning games. Doesn't work like that, does it?
It means so much. It means so much to me, the staff and everyone in it.
A few wins put together, maybe they could actually reach finals day.
Well, that's a ferocious looking shot.
We don't want equal pay, we want equal opportunity.
They're going to try and show a little bit of something for the investment that's been put in.
The reality dawns, that is what professional sport is.
Two local favourites are staying at the Hilton Garden Inn. She's gone for the chip. My goodness me. It's over to the Hilton review system. A big bite. Gone. When lunch is the best part of the day, it matters where you stay.